Oh, freaking boy, here we go again. Freaking spooky. Freaking spooky and loud. Turn this one down. There we go. Let me know if that's still too loud or if I need to go lower. Anyhow, hi Clay, hi Boober, hi Chop Chop, hi Izuku, and congrats on the first. Today was the first. Had a bunch of streams. Was a little busy, or still am busy, but came in a little late. But here we are. Here we are. Let's get started. Let's get started. Oh, I forgot to turn those off. Not when story games are happening. No, no, no. I'm sorry. I refund it. Only during cooperatives and party times. I'm just so busy. I'm so tired. I run up and down the stairs because I forgot there was laundry going too. Puppy! Don't look at yourself, you silly goose. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Nope. No, 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 nope, nope. I can't. I have to turn all that on. And then it'll just be weird. I have to have it on at the start. I need to also revamp a lot of these things. Off for now. Off for now. Story games, I just want to focus on stuff. Hi, Slushy. Oh my gosh. I am scheduling to do Big Run on, was it? Because it's between the 7th and the 9th. So on the Saturday, if you're doing that. Hi, Valentine. Good seeing you. Good seeing you. Starting another spooky game. Very, very rough beginnings. My PNG setup. Hell yeah, I'm excited. I did see the designs and stuff on Stars, so that's exciting. Puppy dog. Ugh, where's my phone? Okay. There we go. Thank you. How's everyone doing? Yeah. Hello, 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 hello. Look at this really cool freaking background. Freaking no one telling me no audio issues. I asked earlier. You know, audio I've been gone-edged. Yes, this is a really pretty photo. Really cool mermaid. Very pretty mermaid. I asked her way earlier. Is it too loud? Is it good? Are the audios good? Does it need to be louder? This is like, this song is probably the benchmark for how loud, like the loudest thing is probably gonna be. Because like playing the first one, it was probably yeah, that's why I turned it down. I was asking earlier. What kind of game we playing today? Paranormasight, The Mermaid's Curse, another VN with horror elements, mystery. Game could be like 5% louder. Is it too loud or 5% louder? I think on the game audio is slightly loud. Okay. I'll leave it there, maybe. It's good. Is it good or loud? Double checking the borders. Loud, loud, loud. Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh. Ooh, you hear that? Water noise. Water. Water noise. Ooh. UI. UI squiggly themed. Text speed, brightness, chromatic aberration. It's fine. Audio. Ambient volume, sound effects volume, music volume. Ooh. Controls. Delete all save data. Here we go! Here we go! The water noises. Oh, he's floating here with us. He's back. He's back again. Here to fool me. Little evil man. My guide. My apologies for the wait. Welcome. Welcome. How wonderful it is to see you again. I am the storyteller, your guide to the world of Paranormasight. Now then, I understand you might be keen to dive into our story. But there's some important matters I must address first, so please bear with me a while longer. First, this game uses autosaves. Oh my god, autosaves! More myth, more curses, yes. The mermaids! The game will automatically save at regular intervals, so you may stop playing at any time. Next, please look at the upper right corner of the screen. This is the menu button. Ooh, ooh, listen to these new sounds. Thanks for checking in. Yep. From there, you can check the text log, view files, and adjust your settings for auto mode. You can also adjust the volume and other game settings in the options menu. If you find that certain effects make the text difficult to read, you may turn them off. I recommend you check the brightness controls and other settings now before continuing. Ooh. Ooh. Usability, zoom in, zoom out, move cursor, menu, pretty much the same. Are we doing the demon deaths? So much yummy sand. There's a lot of sand in this game! Very thematic. Time to shovel all the sand into my mouth. Just die and say a mermaid fed it to me. Oh wait, no, the mermaid comes up from the sea and feeds me sand until I explode. Oh no, it's over for me. Now, let us go over the basic controls. When the game is in your control, you may move the right stick to look at your surroundings. You will once again become able to move after this, so try taking a look behind you before turning back to me. Oh, don't do that. No! No, bro, you're not funny. No, he's not funny. Dude, you're not funny. Dude, this is not funny. Dude, you're not funny. Dude. It's not funny. Okay, wonderful. Well done. You may also select the face of an individual in front of you when you talk to them. Please go ahead and try with me. Dude, don't do that. Bravo, a fine display. There are times when you will be presented with options such as these. You may find it useful to use the directional buttons to select your desired option. What is this place? Do not fear, you will come to know where we are eventually. Use L stick to move cursor and talk to me. Oh, you're scaring me. I heard something up here. Oh no, that's just me touching the menu. Yeah, we got 360 degrees. Once again, once you've seen everything on options has to offer, a check mark will appear next to it like that. Oh, so you've forgotten who you are, have you? But there is no need for concern. It is for that reason I am here to guide you after all. Yeah, I'd follow him into a dark cave, into the deep depths of the ocean, with his smiling, beautiful mouth. You may be confused at first, but continuing through the story should allow you to remember the true objective. That is all for my explanation of the basic controls. I will explain other essential functions when the time is right. Ah, yes, there is one more thing I wish to confirm before we continue. As you may know, I previously served as a guide to a different tale in the world of Paranormasight. One concerning the 7 mysteries of Honjo. Ooh, call back. Call back. Ooh. You wouldn't happen to be familiar with the events of that tale, would you? I am. Is that so? So we have met before then. You looked quite different during our previous encounter, so I failed to recognize you at first. My apologies. In that case, there is nothing I need to warn you about. Well, I believe I have kept you waiting long enough. The tale you are about to experience concerns a number of legends passed down in Ise Bay, a stretch of sea bordering Mie Prefecture. Specifically, those legends involving mermaids. Ooh. Ew, that's like the mermaid fish head on one tail mermaid. Ew. Yes, as the subtitle suggests, our subject this time is the widely familiar mermaid. Once ancient times, a great many legends about mermaids have been passed down in countries all around the world. In Japan, many of the legends famously include the idea that eating their flesh grants immortality. Oh, ew. Ew. Wait one moment. I'm gonna move myself over a bit so that I'm not too much in the way of the next. Okay. The tale of Yao Bikuni, which continues to be told in such places as Wakasa Province, modern-day Fuku Prefecture, is perhaps the most well-known. These legends have spurred those with a yearning for immortality to seek out mermaids since ancient times. Of course, as I just mentioned, these are only some of many legends concerning mermaids that exist across the globe. Indeed, many have sought out mermaids simply due to fascination with their status and as a rare and mystical being. Real yearners, dude. The sirens. If they catch me, they catch me. It's over for me. If the sirens catch me, I'm already gone. Make the death swift and painless. They have also served as the inspiration for countless creative and artistic works throughout the ages. It would seem that mermaids possess a mysterious charm that have captivated the human's heart for a myriad of reasons, irrespective of era or culture. If they catch me, don't help. I'm exactly where I want to be, dude. End me with the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my life. I'll be gone. It's okay. Just into their embrace. Mie Prefecture. It is located in the eastern part of Ki Peninsula, in central Honshu, the Japanese mainland, and falls within both Chubu and Kinki regions. Measure 170 kilometers from north to south and 80 kilometers from east to west. It has a narrow, elongated shape and is known for its rich natural diversity that differs greatly between its northern and southern regions. The varied and abundant nature of Mie Prefecture has led to be known as a land of great beauty since ancient times. Even back when it was still known as Ise Province, it was also purported to be the land whither repair the waves from the eternal world, which led to the establishment of Ise Shrine as a place of enshrinement for the goddess Amaterasu. My goodness, Amaterasu drop? The eternal world is said to be a realm across the sea, across the sea, separate from the one in which we live. Often described as an eternal paradise, Ise was seen as the land where the waves from this world continually broke, connecting the material world and the world beyond. Yeah, Amaterasu mentioned. Famous spots. Scenic vista in the Mie Prefecture. Ise Shrine, Iseji Route of the Kumado Kodo, a series of ancient pilgrimage routes, birthplace of the Iga Ninja Clan. Ninjas! Birthplace of the Isehei Clan, Suzuka International Racing Course. Racing! Vroom vroom! Like horse racing or car racing? Toba Aquarium, Ise-shima National Park, and many more. Local specialties of Mie Prefecture. Pearls, Ise lobsters, abalone, turban shells, oysters, and other marine products. Ise udon, Matsusaka beef. Ooh, Matsusaka beef. Beef. And many more. Ooh. Okay. Cape Irago and Cape Dio. Also known by names, the Sea of Ise Bay, is an enclosed bay located in central Honshu, the Japanese mainland. Although its exact range varies in this game, it refers to the area of sea surrounded by land up until the line drawn from Cape Irago and Aichi Prefecture to Cape Dio in Mie Prefecture. Okay. Mermaids. Known as a Kairai, woodblock print of Kawaraban broadsheet. Yeah, we've seen this mermaid before. I'm sure we have. Not my mermaid! Though, if they hypnotize me, it's fine, just let me go. Geography class in session. A general term for half-human, half-fish being. This first recorded appearance in Japan of a creature believed to be a mermaid was more than 1,300 years ago in the Nihon Shoki Chronicles of Japan. At the time, the term mermaid was not yet in use, and the most records are anecdotal reports of sightings of creatures resembling both fish and human in various places. In ancient Japan, as well as others, each part of East Asia's depiction of mermaid often blurred the line between human and fish, frequently portraying them as grotesque monsters. The Middle Ages saw the spread of the legend of Yao Bikuni. Although Japan, which claimed that eating mermaid flesh could grant eternal youth and longevity, in the early modern period, the image of the mermaid diversified and attracted wider public interest. Mermaid mummies were exhibited in slideshows and illustrations, and literature featuring mermaids became more common. It was also during this time that depictions of mermaids as having the upper body of a human, woman, and the lower body of a fish became more widely recognized. Kunisada Utagawa. Look at the mermaid photo. Although the detail vary from country to country, the most common depiction of mermaids in the West likely stems from the Siren Greek mythology, sea monsters that over time came to be represented as familiar half-fish, half-human figures. These mermaids were thought to be more akin to spirits or fairies in nature. Hot mermaid. These mermaids, in nature, enchanting those who encounter them with their beautiful feminine appearance and singing voices. Many records of mermaid sightings by sailors during the Age of Discovery have been preserved, and some theories suggest that mermaid sightings and their associated legends may in fact have originated from a sea mammal called a dugong. Dude, don't dugong my freaking mermaids! Mermaids were just manatees, floating around like little guys. I swear a mermaid is probably just like a freaking cuttlefish, like a huge cuttlefish or something. Because they can like fake themselves looking like people, and that's a bit scary. How did they get that photo of me before I cut my hair? Dugong gung gung shokoi. The shokoi is coming. Sound good, thank you. Ah yes, the files added just now should provide a general overview of the terms that came up in our conversation. It seems you have already taken a look, but I do recommend reading them if you have the chance. They may allow you to enjoy the story even more. I just read all of them, I promise. Words highlighted in pale blue usually indicate that there is a related entry in your files. Now then, allow me to introduce the primary setting of this tale. On an island. The majority of our story takes place on Kameshima, an isolated island in the waters of Ise Bay. What's up with this island? The dugong. This island is in the shape of a turtle. What do you think? That looks like a turtle shape to me. This island is shaped like a turtle. An island situated in Atsubi in Shima Peninsula, and the most distant of the 4 populated islands under the administration of Toba City in Mie Prefecture. It has an area of approximately 0.7 square kilometers and a population of 900. What is a kilometer? The island's name comes from the turtle-like shape with kame meaning turtle. It is! Turtle Island! Turtle! Famous for its karst landscape and other beautiful scenery. I thought I was just being dumb, but it is Turtle Island. Kamishima is a popular vacation for tourists year-round. Recently, the island's youth organization has been leading a revitalization effort to boost the local economy and strengthen the community, creating an island logo and a mascot character, Kameshi Maru, which are expected to bring more people to the area. Turtle Island! Welcome to Turtle Island, guys. You will experience events through the eyes of young resident of the island, Yuza Minakuchi. Sure, I guess. If nothing else, please remember that. Well, I believe this ends my initial explanation. Bon voyage, and do enjoy the tale. Here we go. We're swimming up. We are actually the mermaid, but we're actually just a turtle. We are the shokoi. This is a story work based on fiction existing locations. Just please, the locations appear in our fictional island in the counterpart to reality. It's not real, guys! Oh my god, there's a turtle on the loading screen! It was a little turtle walking. Hi, Jensumi. Did you come to me or did I go to you? I cannot recall whether it was a dream or reality. I cannot recall if I was asleep or awake. The Tales of Issei, passage 69, Kari no Tsukai. Thank you for the head pads. Are my head pads broken again? Or is it delayed? Koba City, Mie Prefecture, Kamishima, Southern Sea, August 7th, 1980X. Morning. Ooh, the 1980s! So everyone is a turtle in this game. I am a turtle. I am the shokoi. I am the shokoi. As we swim up, we are the mermaid. So I think if you double redeem head pads, it breaks my head pads or something. You gotta do it one at a time. I'm sorry, Jatsumi. I don't mean to tell you that. It's just, I don't know what it is, but when you double redeem, it just breaks. So I will redeem the head pad for you. Yeah, if it's just done twice, it just breaks. Here you go. Right, this should do it. All good to go, user? Yep. Ready as I can be. I feel so light. I bet I could even outswim a shark. Oh. We're already not starting really good. No, more than that. I was born for this moment. The legend of the Kamishima patron saint of diving begins today. Ooh, oh no. Sounds good, Mr. Youth. Alright. Apprentice AMA diver. A young man born and raised in Kamishima, although generally quiet and serious, he has an eccentric side that often sees him make jokes and wisecracks with straight face, catching whoever he's talking to off guard. After losing his parents in a large-scale maritime accident 5 years ago, he was raised by his grandmother, veteran AMA diver Tsuyu Minakuchi. He briefly found work at a seafood processing plant in Toba after graduating high school earlier in the year. But upon hearing that Tsuyu had injured her leg, forcing her to retire from diving and causing difficulties in her daily life, he quit his job after only 3 months and returned to Kamishima. At present, he is caring for Tsuyu while looking for work on Kamishima, and he has recently made a decision to follow in Tsuyu's footsteps and become an AMA diver himself. Although he has been unable to bring himself to enter the sea since the disaster 5 years ago, he is hoping that his previous aptitude for swimming will lend itself to a natural talent for AMA diving. His current diver rank is 1. Quiet and introverted as a child, he began to show an animated side upon befriending Azami Komoi, a boy his same age, and it eventually became a common sight to see them getting up to mischief together. Together? Anyway, although the maritime disaster 5 years ago saw a drastic shift in the way most Kamishimas treated Yuza Azami alone continued to treat him the same. Even now, it is not uncommon for Azami to find himself caught up in Yuza's eccentric exploits, but he is always quick to laugh and follow his lead. Are we already starting? The first ship of the night? Yeah, they're kissing on this boat. Ain't no way. Whoa, that sounds pretty impressive, but this is your first time out diving out in the bay, so don't push yourself too hard, alright? Yeah, I know, it's my first time, but somehow I'm brimming with confidence. I just know I can land a massive haul if I try. Well, I'm glad to see you're raring to go, but make sure you don't go too far from the boat at first. Azami Kumoi. Kumoi. 19-year-old fisherman. A young man born and raised in Kamishita. He has been friends with Yuza Minakuchi since childhood. He has a friendly and caring personality, and his willingness to help those around him has made him someone islanders of all ages rely on in times of need. His father was a fisherman, and he accompanied him out to the sea on his boat from a very young age. As a result, he grew up never doubting that he, too, would one day become a fisherman. After his father died in a maritime disaster 5 years ago, his mother, an AMA diver, took on the responsibilities of raising Azami and his much younger brother on her own. During the closed season for diving, when his mother worked on the mainland, Azami was responsible for looking after his brother. After graduating middle school, he refused his mother's suggestion to attend high school and quickly obtained a fourth-class boat pilot license while helping with fishing around the island. He is now able to take on his father's small fishing boat, the Sayun Maru, out on fishing trips on his own. Oh, nice. Congrats. He has a frank, easygoing relationship with Yuza, his childhood friend. Frank, easygoing relationship. The two often get up to mischief together, although he was happy for Yuza when he left to attend high school on the mainland and later found a job here. He also felt somewhat lonely. For this reason, he secretly welcomed the news that Yuza would be leaving his job and returning to Kamishima to take care of his grandmother. Sounds good. No need to worry, Azami. You can focus on getting the grill ready, and we're having a feast tonight. Haha, I'll hold you to that. They're having a feast tonight. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we're swimming! We're fishing! Oh my god, fishing minigame! Fishing minigame in the visual novel! The diving minigame will now commence. Follow the instructions to get used to the controls, then press dive when you are ready. Fishing! High score! That's crazy. Are you in the boat? Oh my god, he's on the boat. Hello. Okay, Yuza, this is your first dive, so you won't want to stray too far from the boat. Remember to swim up when you want to come back to the boat. If you don't remember anything else, remember that. It's your first time out there, so even the single catch is a huge achievement, so don't get greedy and try to come back quickly. Swimming. Fishing. There's the island. Wow, we are far out. I do not like being out this far from any land. This is disgustingly terrifying. I do not like it. I don't like being out here. I'm excited, and now that I'm in the water, I don't want to be in the water anymore. Ooh, this is disgusting. It makes me feel sick seeing the island all the way over there, and the mainland being all the way over here, and us being way out here. I do not trust the ocean. No, 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 no. Mermaids take me. We're swimming! Begin! Okay. Only 2 controls are needed. Stick, look around, confirm, perform action. The available actions will automatically switch between swim, harvest, return to boat, depending on the situation. Areas where sea creatures are located will be marked with a exclamation point. Begin by looking around to try and locate any potential catches. Milk. Harvest. Harvested. Ooh, sea urchin. Yes. Your oxygen gauge will decrease when diving. Be sure to go back to the boat before it runs out. You can return to the boat at any time by returning to your viewpoint upwards. Return to boat. Your remaining oxygen will continue to decrease on the way back, so don't go until it's too late. Did I drown? I did drown! I drowned on my first dive! This is gonna be the second one. 2 days for some reason. There's the first one. Oh, thank you very much Thank you for showing the big rib. You know, I just drowned. Oh my god, I can only like grab one thing. Oh, okay, I did it. So it's just a death count. Oh, sweet, I drowned. Oh my god, skill tree? Let me stay underwater for a little longer. I just died in the one the swimming tutorial. Nah, I'm okay. Okay, looks like you're all warmed up. Let's go out a bit further so you can look at for something bigger. Further? I don't like... The biggest catch you can get at this time of year is probably abalone. Snagging just one is something to be proud of. Dude, that's an abalone. The abalone. Or the abalone? Do you go abalone like Bologna or abalone like alone? Yeah, the abalone. Look at the abalone. But remember, the sea creatures are living things. They change places every time you dive, so be careful. AMA divers. The term or AMA, not AMA, AMA divers are mostly written meaning sea and women, generally refers to women who free dive for shellfish, seaweed, and other marine products. It is said that they practice free diving both to prevent overharvesting and to help protect the marine environment. That's why. I was in the middle of the sea for that one. Baloney. Baloney. Ask me anything, divers. Dude, are we diving right now? I don't want to dive. I'm gonna be honest with you. The open ocean is disgusting. It's scary. Not dirty, just scary. Although AMA divers operate in many regions in Japan, the Toba and Shima regions are known for having the highest number of AMA divers. These regions also exhibit customs unique to the area, such as practicing carrying objects with the Seiman and domain symbols to ward off misfortune. Even within Toba and Shima, rules and practices can vary greatly. For example, the practice of wearing white attire over a wetsuit is common practice only in the Shima. Oh, he's wearing the white suit. Despite the high population of AMA divers in Ise Bay, there are none found in the North Sea. This can be explained by the difference in the seafloor composition between two areas. While the sandy floor near Ise allowed for net fishing, the rocky seafloor in Toba and Shima areas made net fishing difficult, leading to the adoption of free diving as an alternative. Abalone, harvested by AMA divers in Kazuki town in Toba, has traditionally been processed into ceremonial dried goods known as noshi awabi, which are then presented as an offering at Ise Shrine. This practice is said to have originated when Yamamoto Hime no Mikoto, the princess who enshrined Amaterasu is Ise Shrine, was searching for a suitable food to offer the gods. That's what it's all about. When presented with abalone or abalones. Well, do you say this? You say abalones? When presented with abalones by the AMA divers named Oben, and the princess found them exceptionally delicious and decided that abalone would be the primary offering for the region. As a result, the AMA divers of Toba and Shima have a strong connection to the region's Shinto rituals, and there are some regions where they perform ritual dances as offerings during Shinto festivities. Note, although AMA is sometimes written with characters meaning sea and man, when the diver is male, this game uses only the traditional character of sea and woman when the language is set in Japanese. So it's just a different character. To be a male diver. Look at the diving controls. Yeah, pretty much. Diving tips. Perfect harvest. When using harvest action, a perfect harvest may occasionally occur, instantly depleting your target's resistance gauge with a single action. The higher your diver rank, the more likely you are to achieve a perfect harvest. Earning stars in the gathering log. Information on your catches will be recorded in your gathering log. Each catch has an individual variation, and the lowest and highest amount point out you've achieved for each catch will also be recorded. Once you record the highest and lowest limits possible for a catch, a star mark will be added to those point values. Okay. Gathering log. Oh, this is my log. Scallop. Turbogilla. Oh, sea snail. Highest. Orange, brightly colored purple. Known as a pagai. Shellfish. I eat. It's not like you have you have to master everything all at once. We'll take off whenever you're ready. Shellfish. We still have plenty of time left, so feel free to dive as much as you like. You seem pretty confident, so I'm looking forward to seeing what you bring in. I know you can do anything when you put your mind to it. Okay. It's getting dark. It feels like it's darker for some reason. Okay, the sun is there. Okay, put myself on the boat. Rank up. I'm gonna put some into my... gathering. It's so quiet out here. I just hear the ocean noises. There's some clouds there. Ooh. Will I drown? I didn't drown. My goodness, this is so scary. High levels means you can swim faster than the boat. Okay, that cloud is still chilling. Don't get too greedy, then it's dangerous to stay until you're almost out of air. You need some air left to make it back to go. After all, it's important to know to give up. Just swim straight to the first sea creature you lay your eyes on. You never know when you might be missing a big catch behind you. Keep calm and take a look around you first. Hey, rank 4 already. You're doing great. Keep up the good work. Now, all that's left is to dive your heart's content. Just say the word when you want to head back. Okay. What's behind me? Oh, the anchor. Whoa, I cannot go down there. I need to upgrade my stats. You might have been able to. I don't think so. I have to, like, go up and catch my breath pretty lightly. Nice. Rank 5. Let's see if rank 3 will allow us to go deeper. Hmm? What the heck? There's a demon in the water! What the hell is that? No. Get away from me. Ah! Oh no. I think we might have died. Here we go. Oh, we got cursed. That was ending 1. You drowned and you died. Could you believe it? Yeah, this is a Square game. The last game was Square too. Uni. So many sea urchin. I heard drinking seawater can be twice as hydrating, so drink as much as you can. Dude, we can't drown if I just drink all the ocean water. It gives good electrolytes. Salt water is good electrolytes. It's good for water absorption. Water is good for you. What's on yonder this way? You like scallops, guys? We're getting a lot of scallops today. Ooh, crit! Scallop critting. I don't like seafood except for snails. Crunchy. What do you mean? You don't like scallops? Why are your scallops crunchy? What happened to your scallops? Are your snails crunchy too? They're all filtered flavors. Don't think too far from the boat. If you bite a seashell and it breaks your teeth, you replace it with little seashells. You're right. Level 3. The sun moving? Are we chilling? Are we chilling? Are you chilling? What's up, homie? Hey, rank 6 already. You're doing great. Keep up the good work. And all that's left is to dive your heart's content. Just say the word and we wanna head back. Now I wanna keep diving. We're doing the minigame. Yay! Mermaid's curse, don't die to the water. I already died in the water. This is death too. But we're eating hella sea urchins tonight. I'm sorry. The abalone. Is it the abalone? Or the abalone? I don't have a death count. No house set up. I got the abalone. Look at the abalone. That's crazy. I got the purple-oni. Dive, dive, dive. Will the mermaid get mad at me for diving so much? Which? My bad. Come back. Some ocean bologna? Yeah. The ocean bologna. Very detailed bologna. Yes. Yes, we keep diving. Hi, Anthony. We keep diving. We dive. We dive. We must find more. My greed sickens me. Until my basket is full of fish. I'm having a seafood boil. Another abalone! Oh, I'm getting stronger. I love seafood, I love seafood! I am a mermaid. I'm eating abalone. Yippee! I already died once, it's kind of funny. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Look at all the seafood. Okay. Look at our gathering log. A delicacy. It's summer. A rare sea snail. I must gather as much as I can to devote myself to Amaterasu. Swimming, we're swimming. Have a look-see around. Look at all these sea urchins. Oh, 2 hits. Oops. I guess I'm returning back. Oh yeah, you died at the first fish. You went, dead. I did get the first ending, I think. I wonder if it's still there. We're back here. If it still yells at you. Oh no, it doesn't. Does it? Oh, I'm gone. It just slurps you in. The mermaids don't like me coming into their humble abode. An abalone! Yeah, the ocean slurped me. Yeah, I really liked it. I'm definitely enjoying. I'm already enjoying this silly mini game. It's very relaxing. Though the mermaids are gonna try and bite my toes. A star. You don't know what an abalone is? It's this guy. The abalone. He's a sea snail. Oh, sticker. Who put a water sticker under the water? Seafood lovers really, really like them. They're delicious. Swimming up. Hey, looks like you've got something interesting there, Yuza. Yeah? Huh? Never thought there'd be a mockingbird sticker out here in Issei Bay at the bottom of the sea to boot. Mockingbird? You mean this bird sticker? I think it was pretty weird to find a sticker in a place like that, so I decided to hang on to it. They're really famous. An unknown artist makes them and hides them all over the place. Might as well pick up any you come across. Maybe they'll bring you good luck. I see. Damn. I'm good. Damn, I'm good. Maybe I should add a treasure hunting to one of my list of talents. Number 19 was discovered. Oh. Dang it, I'm gonna have to go get that one. Oh, it's at the start. Sweet. I'm surprised that they would put a sticker here. The baloney. I'm getting stronger. I'm turning into a fish man. Abalone. Oh. Oh, is that another one? Abalone. I'm gonna drown. Got my dodo out. Okay. What's that? Pecora streamed eating abalone. I'm like, oh, no way. My abalone rank. I must catch more. I'm addicted to fishing. More. More. Oh. Look at you. That's that's sweet. That's sweet as hell. More abalone. Oh, I'm even stronger. Not most appetizing if you're not super into seafood filled. Dude, I am. If I had all that uni and scallops and abalone on me, I would be so freaking mercury poisoned. I'd be so sick. I'd get such seafood poisoning. 2 birds. Hell yeah. Worth the risk? I would, dude. I would risk everything. Eat this much seafood. Oh my gosh. You have no idea I am a monster. All you can't eat shrimp? Oh, no, 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 no. I will eat all that shrimp. Abalone. Mmm. Yamalone. Over this ridge. Get pretty far out here. Give me all the heavy metals worth it. I would. Seafood is so expensive. I'm just someone who would frickin' be out here eating all this seafood. Whoops. Crit harvest these fish. Whoop. These sea snails are one heck of a pain in the ass, though, I will say. Back from... Anything happened? I died maybe 3 times? I'd love to just be that guy who just swims around yoinking all those lionfish, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, like the things he's just like, lionfish are such a delicious little meal. Yum, yum, yummy. And then he just freaking eats them and cooks them up. Those look so delicious. Gathering bonus. You died 3 times? Yep. Just a good 3 times. Let's just get a swim on, you know? A little look-see around-y. See an abalone. As far as the rope will reach. I'm sorry. What is it called when you're afraid of the open ocean? Thalassophobia? Oh, like very wide open spaces. I like the guys that gather up sea urchins though and smash them up for fish. Oh yes, the sea urchins are what do you call it? Invasive species, so they get all crushed up and then they feed them to the parrotfishes because the parrotfishes get really frickin' pissed off that they're invading their territory. Ugh, the amount of scallops harvested, guys. Oh, I could only wish I could have one taste, please. Fresh ocean scallop. Oh, so yummy. Fresh ocean urchin. Oh my god. Guys. Little scallop eyes. Oh yeah, I've seen that. They look freaking crazy. I'd still eat them, I don't care. Nothing deters me from food. I don't think I've ever seen something that's like, did you know this food is this? Always been like, yep, and then proceed to eat. As long as it's not gonna cause me any actual harm to my well-being, I'll be okay. They have tiny little blue eyes. Yeah, they're kind of like freaky looking. Oh, I'm not supposed to like super dive and get the grind on? Or can I do this later? Lobster! Come here! Yeah! Yes! I'm a winner! Oh. You have an option to do it later, but I'm not doing the grind. You don't stop the grind! If I grind now, I don't have to grind later, right? I think this is good enough for now. I got a lobster. That's all that matters. I could show it to my best friend. Let me get the last level. Let me get this last level, and then I'll go. Let me check if there's like more lobsters over there. You hiding from me? Nope. No more lobsters over here. See, this urchin farming is perfectly ethical, right? No sharks in this grind. This switch shark is just gonna come at me. Okay, last level. I should be good. Harvest. Alright, let's go on home. Whoa! Is that an abalone? Abalone? That's amazing! You really are a patron of the Saints diving. Whoa! You're already rank 11. Just look at that haul you've bought in. That's amazing. Now all that's left is to dive to your heart's content and just say the word when you go back. Yeah, let's just get going home. Whoa! Where do we say? Let's go ahead. Let's go have a barbecue! Oh my god, grilled scallops. Grilled lobster. Grilled uni! It's so delicious. Alright, let's leave. That's all for today. Good work out there, Yusa. Is the good end just becoming a professional diver and forgetting about everything else? Honestly, let's just become stupid and eat as much grilled seafood as we can. Good work today, Yusa. Hmm? 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 Uh... Hmm? Am I stuck? Hmm? 1 second. What happened? Eat fish, be stupid. Hi, what happened? I'm like stuck here. I'm clicking buttons. Nothing's happening. Randomly bugged out here. Let me see if I can click it here. Oh, weird. Let's see. Let me see if my autosave bugs me out. Okay, yeah, we're fixed. That was awkward. Da-da-da. Okay, we're back. Awkward. Yeah, the game didn't want me to stop. Whoa, we've already gotten this good in just this amount of time? You weren't kidding when you said you had a good feeling about this. I guess all that diving really helped you get the hang of things. Honestly, I kind of surprised myself as well. Maybe I really am the patron of saint of diving. He's so cocky. I feel like he'd sound... I really am the patron of saints. Haha, just what I'd expect from a living legend. So, do you feel any different now? Did your body undergo any weird changes? Nope, I feel exactly the way I am. Nothing's changed. I'm the same old you as I've always been. That's suspicious. I guess we were a bit off the mark, huh? So, what do you want to do now? Should we call it a day? Talk about the hole. Azami. I love the little pucker faces. This artist is so funny. Before we head back, could we talk for a bit? Sure. What's up? With the little turtle sticker. Kamishima is located in the waters near the entrance to Ise Bay. As such, there are strict regulations on both the times and places ama diving is allowed. 3D boat! This fishing boat, the Sayun Maru, belongs to Azami's family. I don't have a boat of my own, so Azami was kind enough to bring it out for me. It used to belong to his dad, so it's getting on its years, but he takes good care of it. It seems he's hoping to keep using it for years to come. Yeah, this is a pretty old-looking boat. This is Izami Kumoi, my best friend. I've known him since we were both kids growing up in Kamishima. Now confess your love and then eat that seafood together, holding hands. In the open ocean, grilling seafood together. What's more romantic? When I told him I wanted to become an ama diver, he was quick to offer his full support. Oh, and he's a supportive boyfriend. I'm still struggling to process what just happened. I've got to tell Azami. Let's have a gander around the open ocean. Sticker in the boat. Cute! Music? I never knew there was music. Oh, that rules! Isn't this one of those mockingbird stickers? Oh, good eye, Yuza. That's right, I found one stowed away on this very boat. Oh, so cute! By the way, that's mockingbird number 8, tit for tat. He's a long-tailed tit. Apparently, you're meant to read the characters behind him as Blizzard. Huh, I guess there's more to these mockingbirds than I thought. Fat bird. Hell yeah, so cool. Anything else to look at? I do love the little kazoo noise. That's the rig. Alright. So, when I was diving just now... a giant hole in the seabed you'd never heard of before? Yeah, the rocks around it look like they'd only recently collapsed. So, I think it probably opened within the last few months or so. Ah, now that you mention it. There was a pretty big earthquake around here 3 months ago. Maybe that had something to do with it. Oh, right. That would have been before I got back. Anyway, if you saw a giant hole in the seabed, you'd be curious about it too, right? I sure would. Curious enough to try and take a look inside? It'd be pretty dangerous, but I guess I might, yeah. Alright, so I went closer to try and get a better look. Did you see anything? Well, when I looked down into the hole, a ghost or something that looked just like me suddenly rose up from the depths. A ghost that looked like you? It swam towards me with its hands outstretched. It looked like it was trying to hand something to me, or maybe it was trying to tell me something? Man. What did you do then? Did you take its hand? I did. I felt like I couldn't resist somehow. And I guess even the patron of Saint of Diving does foolish things sometimes. The only thing I was patron of was carelessness and a lack of proper vigilance. Sounds like there wasn't much you could do about it, though. Hey, Yuza. That thing you ran into, do you think it could have been a Tomokazuki? Tomokazuki? Kazuki? Kazuki. Tomokazuki, huh? But why would something like that be there? The 3D boat. Ooh. So did anything happen after you took its hand? I don't really remember. When I came to it, I was back outside the hole. I thought maybe I'd blacked out due to the lack of oxygen, and it might have been some sort of hallucination. I see. Yeah, I guess that's possible. But if that's the case, that means I stopped you just to talk about some hallucination I saw, and that would be super embarrassing. Some people say the Tomokazuki legend might have come about because of divers seeing things when they run out of air. But hey, no big deal. Even if it was a hallucination, the most important thing is that you're safe. Still, I can't help but wonder about the hole suddenly appearing like that. Yeah, pretty weird. Whoops. The Tomokazuki. Huh? You've never heard of it? Well, I guess not all folks around here know about it either. It does sound familiar, though. The Tomokazuki is a sort of ghost story around these parts. A story that goes that sometimes when diving, an diver will come across another version of themselves, an exact copy. And the other version of them will be holding out something they want, like an abalone. Baloney. Something they want? And then the diver reaches for it, the Tomozuki grabs them and drags them to the bottom of the sea. Whoa, that's scary. But wait, the Tomokazuki I saw wasn't holding anything. It wasn't? Well, that's different. Maybe it forgot it at home or something. At home, huh? The abalone? Yeah, the abalone. Maybe it left it at home. Huh. Maybe the Tomokazuki is more careless than the legend let on. You're pretty forgetful, though, so maybe it became such a perfect copy that it imitated that aspect of you as well. No, damn, Tomokazuki. It knows my every weakness. Now that you mention it, though, I think I do remember the story from when I was younger. I guess the fact that I forgot the story really proves how forgetful I am, huh? No worries, it was a while ago, you know? By the way, you know those symbols on your diving gear? Symbols? Yep, Seimin and Domain. The divers around here all have them somewhere on their outfits. Oh, this was my mom's gear, so I didn't know. People say those symbols work as a charm to protect divers from Tomokazuki. Interesting.
But if I ran into a Tomokazuki just now, wouldn't that mean the charm didn't work?
Maybe, but it could be thanks to the charms that you made it back safely. The sea's a dangerous place, even without the Tomokazuki around. Things could have been even worse without the charm to protect you.
I see. So without this charm, I really could have been attacked by a shark. Glad I had it then.
Seriously, a shark would have been no laughing matter. Long time ago, in a small village, one in the islands of the Ise Sea, there lived a young ama diver known for her exceptional swimming skills. One day, the wind was strong and the waves were higher than usual. Undeterred by the turbulent weather, the young diver dove into the sea, but couldn't find even the smallest shell to bring back, let alone an abalone. Determined to find something, she dove even deeper into the ocean until she paused, sensing a presence behind her. Turning, she felt an undeniable sense that someone was watching her from a shadowy crevice in the rocks. Finding this strange, she ventured closer, only to come face to face with a diver who looked exactly like her. As she floated there, stunned by the other divers extended her hand in what in it was an abalone larger than any she had ever seen. The young diver was mesmerized. She had to have that abalone. No matter what, she reached out her hand to take it. Wearing his mom's gear? Yeah. His mom and his grandmama were abalone or ama divers. And he had to go back because his grandma broke her foot. And now he's taking care of his grandma and taking over the business. Suddenly, her fingers were inches away from the abalone. The other diver's hand shot out and grasped her arm. Shocked, the young diver frantically struggled to pull away, but it was too late. Slowly, inevitably, she was dragged down into the depths of the ocean. Over time, this became known as Tomokazuki, Together Diver. Due to it taking an identical appearance to its victims, divers are warned never to accept Tomokazuki's offerings in the depths, lest they suffer the same fate. Tomokazuki is still greatly feared by ama divers in modern times, and the same domain symbols inscribed on them, on items they take with them when they're diving, are charms said to protect them from it. Okay. Protective symbols widely worn by ama divers in Shima and Toba. The star-shaped symbol is known as Seimen, and the lattice-like symbol is known as Domain. The two symbols are often embroidered side by side or drawn on clothing using purple dye made from shells. They are worn by ama divers when diving to ward off potential disasters that might befall them at sea. And more mockingbird stickers. Nitrogen narcotic. Yeah, like when you're not getting enough oxygen while diving. Hey.
Azami, about the Tomokazuki just now.
Yeah? Huh? Do you think it has anything to do with what we're looking into? I'm gonna click it. Unlock past recollection chapter. Yuzumi Nikuchi. Something I want to do. Hello? My apologies for the interruption. I'd like to take this chance to inform you about the unique ability of yours, the recollection feature. But to make things clear, I must first tell you about the story chart. From here on, you will return to this screen, the story chart, as breaks in the story. You see, the story you will witness will not necessarily unfold in chronological order. This screen will allow you to see where each chapter lies in the grand scheme of things as well as where you wish to proceed to next. Oh boy. Is this gonna be like a telling the story in like all points in time thing? Oh boy. This is gonna be a brain. Here. Divers don't mix their air tanks right. They expose themselves to nitrogen and it messes with their head bad. Yeah, that's why diving is scary. I'll be like, oh, it's cool to be doing all this stuff, but actually it's like so dangerous at the same time if you're not like doing it carefully. My walls!
If the icon for the chapter is not dim, that indicates it has not been fully completed. Generally speaking, completing a chapter will unlock the chapter immediately after it. However, there will occasionally be times when a recollection button will appear during a story, as you experienced just now. Pressing the button will allow you to delve into a memory evoked by certain words in the text, which in turn unlocks a new chapter, a past recollection chapter, for you to experience. A most remarkable ability, is it not? Once you have unlocked such a chapter, it will become available in the story chart for you to pursue as you wish. This ability will be key in unraveling the tale before you, so do be sure to press the recollection button when you see it come up. With that, please enjoy the continuation of this tale. I see. If so, could your mom have become an Amadiver because she wanted to find the Tomokazuki? She would, but she would have worn something with this charm on it. She wouldn't have worn something with this charm on it if that was true, right? Good point. Is that all you want to talk about? There's more. No, there's more actually. This might be the most important part. I realize there's something I need to do after this. Something really important. Hey, so you found a lead down there after all. I'm serious. If I don't pull this off, something terrible is going to happen. Hey, I believe you. Go on, tell me everything. I tried diving once, emphasis on tried. I didn't pass the 10-foot diving test they made everyone do. I could not. That is too much water. 10 feet of water above me. It's like... That's too much water. I feel like a little man being smushed by all the weight of that water. Oh, scary. Something I want to do. Yuza Minakuchi. Recollection. A day before he sets off for sea as an Amadiver, Yuza Minakuchi asks Azami Kumoi to meet him at the Kantekisho ruins. Kantekisho ruins. Let's go! I haven't swam in a pretty long time. In the ocean? No. I see. If you say you want to be an Amadiver, then of course you've got my full support. Supportive. So supportive. But something tells me you're not just doing this for Tsuyu. People are bound to talk if you become an Amadiver here. You must have some other reason, one big enough to risk everyone running their mouths. I knew I couldn't hide anything from you, Azami. Wouldn't take me even 0.2 seconds to see through one of your lies. So what's up? Tell me everything. Where are we? These are the ruins of the old wartime building, the Kantekisho. The building has been abandoned, so hardly anyone ever comes here, which makes it the perfect place for private meetings. The Turtle Island! Remains of wartime structure located atop a hill in eastern Kamishima. It was constructed to observe impact point shells and shells fired from a test firing range operating by the former Army Ministry of Cape Irago and the opposite shore. Similar observation facilities were also built in Tsubishima Island in Ijika, a town in Shimon Peninsula. I wish I paid attention more when I went back to where I was born in Guam, because there were so many of like these dilapidated abandoned military wartime buildings, like all up in like the mountainous areas, and I wish I just wasn't such a stupid kid that I paid attention more, because like it's like looking at this stuff is kind of making me a little nostalgic because it's very Pacific Islandery, and it's making me remember like there were like these two giant stones meandering like in the ocean that like I remembered crawling through as a kid. Like really, really big stones, and there were like crabs and all sorts of things crawling all over the walls. It was really wild. And then we like went through and there was this really nice sandy beach, and then we had a barbecue. It was very cold. Definitely making me pretty nostalgic, though. Scary, partially, but nostalgic. The barbecue was delicious. I remember being at a beach once and poking lots of jellyfish around 7 years old. Yeah, I think I've already told this story before, but like on the Philippines, there's a beach with all these tiny little black starfish. And I gathered so many and I put them all in a freaking party cup. There were like 10 of them in a cup and I'm like, oh my god. I'm such a stupid kid. Overcrowded party cup filled with freaking starfishes. I should be able to tell the zombie everything, right? Even though he's got a lot on his plate, Azami agreed to meet up the moment I said something. He caught so many Pokemon honestly, all my star use in one cup. He's been looking out for me ever since I came back. I couldn't ask for a better friend. Hey, Azami. What I'm about to say is going to sound pretty crazy. Do you want to hear it? Sure, bring it on. Are they confessing to each other in the ruins right now? Just joking. I can't. Thanks, I'll come right out and say it then. I'm looking for a mermaid, and I need to find one by tomorrow. Is it for your grandmama? Oh, a mermaid, huh? And by tomorrow? At that's gonna be tough. I'm being serious. In fact, I've never been more serious. Oh, he's blushing. He's embarrassed. I really do have to find a mermaid by tomorrow. I can tell you're not joking by the look on your face. You've got some sort of reason for saying this, right? Go on, I'm listening. Thanks, Azami. Better not be anyone in here. Keep looking because I feel like someone's here. It's okay if I talk a little bit about the disaster 5 years ago? Nah, the disaster, huh? If you're okay with it, sure. I was in middle school at the time and my parents had taken me out into the bay on a little fishing boat. This massive storm came out of nowhere and sank all 3 fishing boats and got caught up and I was the only one who survived. Yeah, it was terrible. Broke out in the South Sea. Ooh, I don't like this thumping noise that's going on in the audio. Like flicking my brain. A localized storm that broke out of the sea to the south of Kamishima around 5 years ago, resulting in a maritime accident in which a total of 10 people went missing. Ugh, so terrible. 3 fishing vessels that had set out to sea from Kamishima were suddenly caught in an unanticipated storm and foundered, leaving all but 1 of the 11 fishermen and diver on board missing. When the ships were later dredged up and searched, not a single body was discovered. The sole survivor was Yuza Minakuchi. That's so weird, just them? Who was a middle school student at the time. His parents, Tosuke Minakuchi and Mare Minakuchi, as well as Azami's Koi's father, Kokichi Kumui, were along the victims. Locals in the area reportedly heard an eerie rumbling from the sea on the morning of the incident. Like, the eerie rumbling is so weird. I can hear it. It sounds so gross. Thanks for the head pats. List of casualties. Medium-sized fishing vessels. Daikichi Kyosui Maru foundered. Captain Koikichi Kumoi and all 5 crew members reported missing. Small-sized fishing vessels. Omie Maru foundered. Captain Yukiji Nishikawa and 1 passenger, identity unknown, reported missing. Small-sized fishing vessel Minakuchi Maru foundered. Captain Tosuke Minakuchi and 1 other crew member reported missing. 1 passenger recovered with slight injuries, dissociative amnesia due to psychological trauma. Oh, freaking... he has amnesia. The sole survivor. When the boat of the Minakuchi family was about to sink, Mare and Tosuke Minakuchi put a life buoy on their son, Yuza, and helped him escape the boat before waves engulfed it. Despite the slim chances of survival in such dire situations, Yuza was miraculously found drifting in sea the next day, still wearing the life buoy, and was successfully rescued. Oh, so he was just found floating around. This poor little guy. Although he had no external injuries, the shock of the accident had left him in a state of confusion. He has little memory of what happened at the time. After the accident plunged Kamishima into a state of deep sorrow. Fishermen and ama-divers temporarily stopped fishing to mourn, and a memorial was erected to honor the lost. Perhaps due to his memory loss, the sole survivor, Yuza, appeared relatively composed in contrast to the grief of those around him. Many found this unnerving, and Yuza became increasingly isolated from the rest of the community. That's so mean. He's like the only survivor, and he literally, like, is trying to trauma process, and they just expect him to, like, break down. This poor guy. Like, hello, people process it differently. That's so mean. Azami Koi himself, having lost his father in the accident, tried to support him however he could, reasoning that he was still better off than Yuza, who had lost both his parents before his very eyes. Aw, his friend is so nice. As investigations continued, questions arose about what the Minakuchi had been doing in the vicinity of the disaster despite not having gone out to fish. Yuza only remembered his parents telling him to come with them, and the purpose of their excursion remains unclear to this day. I'm gonna blame it on 3 people? To do what? Start a freaking large-scale disaster that killed 7 other people? Or 8 other people? It was not long before speculations began that Mare Minakuchi had done something to incur the wrath of the god of the sea, and the islanders are already suspicious of her due to her mysterious background, were quickly to condemn her, citing the sudden, localized nature of the storm. In contrast, any words of sympathy were spoken for her husband, Tosuke. Oh, what if she's a mermaid, and he's like half mermaid? Or like a Selkie. Selkie? She's going back to the sea. As rumors that Mare had brought disasters to Kamishima continued to spread, Yuza's grandmother, Tsuyu Minakuchi, sent him away from the island to board at high school on the mainland. She had sensed the islanders' resentment being to turn toward Yuza and hoped to shield him from becoming an even greater target of their ire. Even now, 5 years after the accident, feelings of animosity towards Mare Minakuchi remained deeply ingrained in the people of Kamishima, which the truth of the accident still shrouded in mystery. Deep scars and suspicions continued to linger in their hearts of many of the islanders. Man, this is like an example of like people just wanting to point a finger at something just so that they have answers. When it's like, well, natural disasters happen. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's the wrath of the gods. Someone must have did something wrong. It's just like, nah, the world kind of just did a thing. So, what about the disaster did you want to talk about? Well, I recently started to remember some things about what happened. For real? I don't know, your memories of the disaster were kind of hazy due to the shock. But it's great that you're starting to remember. Oh, but I guess it's not exactly something you want to remember, huh? Sorry for getting all fired up. It's okay. It actually hasn't bothered me as much I thought it would. Thank you for worrying about me, though. It's just that the things I've remembered are a bit strange, so I couldn't bring myself to say anything sorry for keeping quiet up until now. Strange, huh? Well, I can see why you want to keep it to yourself. All things considered, don't sweat it. So, about the accident. We ran into the storm. Our boats got caught in a whirlpool and started to sink. My parents gave me a life buoy and lowered me into the water. They were frantic, and I was too stunned to do anything but go along with what was happening. I can imagine. That must have been really scary. The waves were knocking me around, so it took everything I had just to hold on to the buoy. In the end, I just watched as the boat was swallowed by the water. I couldn't do anything else. There wasn't anything you could have done. It wasn't your fault, Lisa. But right after that, this huge wave came crashing down on me, and I got dragged down into the depths of the sea, life buoy and all. Huh? You got pulled under? But I thought... Yeah, up until now, I thought I managed to miraculously stay afloat until I got rescued. But I remember now, I was pulled underneath the waves. I remember being caught in a current and tossed all about underwater. I couldn't breathe. I was just so sure I was going to die there. But then someone grabbed my hand. Wait, are you saying what I think you're saying? I was barely conscious at that point, so it's not like I saw them clearly or anything. But I was certain someone was there with me. Someone who grabbed hold of me and pulled me to safety. And from what I remember... You're saying they were a mermaid? Thank you. Exactly. Mermaid. You were saved by a mermaid. I'm sure of it. It looked exactly like what first comes to mind when you hear the word mermaid. A real mermaid, huh? It was a really extreme situation, so it's entirely possible I was just seeing things. Which would mean I called you out here just to talk to you about some hallucination I had, and if that's the case, I'm going to be super embarrassed. Bro, I remember when I was 13 and my parents died and I thought I saw a mermaid save my life in a very high-stress traumatic situation. If it's not a mermaid, I'm going to cry. I mean, you're standing here talking to me now, right? So you must have gotten out of the situation somehow. And I can't imagine any normal person being able to stay afloat in a storm like that, let alone managing to save someone. Same. You'd have to be some sort of superhuman or something, or not human at all. Man, who would have guessed there were mermaids in the Issei? If I really was saved by a mermaid, I owe them my life, and I'd like to thank them in person if possible. Makes sense. So that's why you're looking for them, huh? Well, if we manage to find them, I've got to thank them for saving you too. So, I was thinking of heading to where the disaster happened and diving there to see if I could find anything. Wait. Are you sure you almost died there? I'll be fine. In fact, since I've never gone near here since the disaster happened, I was also thinking I'd like to do something in honor of my parents and your dad's memory. Yeah, I'd like to at least offer flowers, if nothing else. The others have always kept their distance, but it's not like going there is forbidden or anything. Let's do it. Thanks, Azami. I owe you one. There's no guarantee their mermaids will still be around there, right? I'm thinking it'd be good to have some more of a lead before we head out there. About that, do you mind if I say something crazy? And again? Sure, what's up? You remember my mom, right? And of course I remember Miss Mare. Mom? Well, she wasn't originally from Kamishima, but she met my dad when she moved here and ended up marrying him. But even to me, she never seemed to really fit in here. Well, I can't really disagree there. She never spoke to me much either. Selkie? It's like that one movie where the Selkie mom, where she had to go back to the ocean. And the dad tried to like lock away the Selkie skin, but then she ended up getting really sick because she had to go back to the ocean with the Selkie skin. And then the dad locked away the kid's Selkie skin, and then the kid finds out they're Selkie too. Some people even outright told me not to talk to her. I don't remember what it was called, but it's an animated film. You know? Said she was suspicious because she didn't know anything about her. We didn't know anything about her, stuff like that. I guess that's understandable. She didn't really involve herself in the community activities, and almost never participated in local events. It felt like she was always keeping her distance from the other islanders somehow. 20 years here, and she was still considered an outsider. Pretty music? Yeah. Very good, very good. It's very nostalgic. Very islandy. Yeah, I never knew how to bring it up to you, but I always kind of wondered. Was there some sort of reason for that? Not as far as I know. Dad and Gran never seemed to mind, so I figured that was just how she was. But looking back at things now, it was pretty weird. That your mom was standoffish as a foreigner? She might be a mermaid! She's being suspiciously distant. Yuza Minakuchi's mother, having gone missing in the Kamishima South Sea disaster. I got recommended this. What is this game? Visual novel? Yes. Lots of reading, lots of reading. What's up, Pantheon? I saw you earlier on Chris's thing. Hi. She was declared, a year later after searching parties, found no sign of her. More than 20 years ago, Mare Somikawa arrived on Kamishima with no possessions on her, expressing that she had taken a liking to the local environment and wanted to move here. However, she remained tight-lipped about her background, only revealing that she was from a small town out in the mountains and that she had to leave her home for undisclosed reasons. And although her request to move to Kamishima was accepted, many islanders remained suspicious of her. After settling on the island, she showed an interest in the Ama lifestyle and eventually took it up after displaying a talent of freediving. With Tsuyu Minakuchi acting as her instructor during this time, she grew close to Tosuke Minakuchi, Tsuyu's only son, and eventually married him a few years later. The two would go on and have a son of their own, whom they named Yuza. Chris Pinoy. He's Chris. I go by their first name because I don't really like it's just kind of weird to call my partner by their handle. The two would go on and have their own and named them Yuza. Despite this, Mari was unable to fully shake the air of mystery that surrounded her, and many islanders continued to question whether her presence on the island might cause trouble down the line. Something of a free spirit, her nonconformist ways and somewhat naive personality meant she was often absent from local activities, leading to further criticism from a portion of the population. Some also reported frequently spotting her wandering the islands after first moving here, seemingly looking for something, or catching sight of her doing something on the shore in the middle of the night. Fortunately, her mother-in-law, Tsuyu Minakuchi, was a person of no small influence on Kamishima, and no one dared to openly persecute Mare under Tsuyu's watchful eye. The 3 generations lived peacefully under the same roof for more than 10 years until Kamishima's South Sea disaster tore them apart. Ratfield. Oh, I said Ratfield. I thought it was a rat. Since her disappearance in the disaster 5 years prior, a growing number of people have accused her of somehow being responsible, citing her various instances of suspicious behavior as justification. Boo! These people stink! They're just a stranger. Doesn't mean that equals, oh, ominous things. Tradition, tradition, tradition.
They don't like participating in our culture, so they're gonna get us all killed because they're being stupid.
Maybe it was your bad energy that was causing the island to be like, nah, you're weird. Well, I guess even I thought she was a bit of an oddball at times. You say that, but I think you're getting to be pretty similar to her. What? Really? Yep, that's what yep, what's that saying? Marching to the beat of your own drum? You're both like that. Really? I never realized. I've been so blind. Blind fool. Yep, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. Hmm? I should be able to tell them everything, right? Okay, same thing. But why'd you bring up your mom all of a sudden? Well, looking back now, there were a few things that always bothered me. Oh? For a start, no one ever told me where my mom was from. She was also a natural at ama diving, but I never saw her eat any seafood. And sometimes at night, she suddenly said she wanted to go look at the sea before going out and not coming back for hours. Huh, I guess that is pretty weird, yeah. That's not all. When I was sorting through my mom's belongings, I found this. We usually keep it in the family altar, but I brought it along today just to show. What is that, a fish scale? It's huge. It's gotta be at least 7 or 8 centimeters long. I always just figured she held onto it because it's a rare find. But once I remembered the mermaid, I began to wonder. It's huge! That is pretty big. For games, if you want recommendations. Yeah, eventually. I got a ton of games I'm gonna be playing. Thank you. I have a backlog. I'm in the middle of like so many. I have to get through them. What fish could this scale have come from? And why was my mom holding onto it? It's really cool looking scale. Whoa, hold it right there. You're not saying... I am. The mermaid who rescued me back then was... my mom! Zami. I think it was my mom. What do you think? I don't know. It's pretty out there. Could that even be possible? So your theory is your mom used to be a mermaid, but she became a human so she could live among us? Among us? Yeah, but she turned back into a mermaid when a disaster happened and wasn't able to come back afterward. How does that sound? I don't know. But after hearing your story, I can't dismiss it out of hand either. Now you're done. I'm sorry. So sorry. Is that your reaction to that? Do you live among us? Nah, you're done. I was like, you had my reaction. Thank you. I'm sorry. You can't throw vocal stems at me. I'm gonna remember some of them. If that's really the case, and my mom really is still out there in the sea somewhere, even if in a different form, I was thinking it'd be nice if I could see her again. Do action raid. I like the mystery. So, you know, play what you like playing. I also said the Among Us words. It might be because they're still they still treat it as missing instead of dead, but it still hasn't really sunk in that my parents are gone. And I know what you mean. Sometimes it feels like my pops is just going to show up and home again like nothing ever happened. Though, even if your mom's alive, I guess it'd be hard for her to show up if she's back in her mermaid form now. If my mom really does have some sort of connection to mermaids, then maybe that was the reason she never really fit in here. It might help clear up any mistaken impressions the others have of her anyway. And I see. So you think that by trying out ama diving your mom did, you might be able to find something out. And maybe, if you're lucky, you'll run into a mermaid in the process. Yeah. If I really am a descendant of, from mermaids somehow, it's possible that diving might awaken something in me. Oh, right, I hadn't thought of that. I guess if your legs suddenly become fins, we'll know for sure you're a second-generation mermaid. Okay, I think I've gotten the gist of what you want to do now. Thanks for understanding, Azami. I haven't been happy with how people have been treating you ever since the disaster either, and what they say about your mom. Oh. Hold hands! If there's anything I can do to clear up the air, I want to help. Thanks, I appreciate it. Though, I don't know how people will react if you suddenly start talking about mermaids. It might be best to keep quiet about that part for now, and just say you're looking into your mom. What do you think? Yeah, I think that would be best. Okay, now we've got it settled. How about we head out tomorrow morning? That sound good to you? Yep, I've been doing some training in secret, so I'm all set. What to do next? Still having to find a mermaid by tomorrow is pretty sudden. What's up with the deadline? Well, sorry, I can't say anything right now. If we manage to find one, I'll explain everything, I promise. Well, as long as you tell me later, it's all good. Oh, there's an idea. If you're in that much of a rush, how about we talk to Tsukasa and Sato? Maybe they'll be able to help out. I wonder, but it would be nice to have more help. But would they even believe me? The whole thing is pretty crazy after all. Besides, Tsukasa's going to be in the mainland soon. I'd hate to bother her now. True. Still, knowing Tsukasa, she might be surprisingly on board the whole thing. See, I knew he'd be here. Ah, the ladies love their hair. Whoa, speak of the devil. Ah, you two get here. Ooh, talking about something you didn't want us to hear, were you? Boys will be boys, I guess. Hello, Tsukasa. Tsukasa. Oh, wow. Apprentice Amadiver. A girl born and raised in Kamishina, she has a bright, friendly nature and an inquisitive personality. Currently in her second year of high school, she boasts excellent grades and a sharp intuition. She has been staying at a relative house. She has been staying at a relative's house in the Ise city since last year in order to attend an all-girls high school on the mainland, and is currently back on Kamishima for summer break. Despite this, she frequently makes trips back to the island on weekends and has been trying her hand at underwater gatherings since the current diving season began, having long been interested in the Ama lifestyle. Her estimated diver rank is 6. However, her teachers have been strongly encouraging her to aim for a national university. She has been friends with Azami Komoi and Yuza Minakuchi since childhood, with their rapport making up for the difference in academic years, and it was more common to find her playing with the two boys than the girls her own age until middle school. However, since leaving the island to attend high school, she has grown up more conscious of their age difference and has put some distance between herself and them. With who? She hit it off immediately with Sato Shiranami, a girl who came from Kamishima to lodge with in Wakamura's a few months ago, and was looking forward to showing her around the island and helping her adapt to life there whenever she returns home. When who is live? They're my shirts too. So my shirts have holes. I'm not the one doing that. Sometimes they just cut caught on doorknobs and then it goes, whoops. They're just old shirts, honestly. We've had those shirts for like ever. I'm like 10, 20 years at this point. I'm exaggerating, but they're really old. 18 years ago, her still pregnant mother, Nagisa Aowo, moved to Kamishima alone before giving birth to Tsukasa shortly afterwards. Tsukasa subsequently grew up in a single-mother household. Though she used to occasionally ask her mother about her father, her questions were always evaded, so she has since stopped inquiring. However, the fact that her mother never seemed to have any financial difficulty despite not working has led her to quietly suspect he might still be involved in some way. Hey, you got us all wrong. We're not talking about anything like that. Yeah, you gotta hear me out, Tsukasa. I was powerless to resist. I refused at first, but Azami insisted and... No, tell me more. You might as well admit it, Yuta. Or Yuza and Sato, what's with the keen interest? Enigmatic girl. Sato Shiranami. Me? Why is that such a weird-ass thing? We're like a 3-year difference. I've known them since high school. Actually, maybe 2-year difference. We're not that far apart. Good night, mermaid peeps. The deep calls. Good night. Sleep within the waters. Become sleepy. Dr. Shiranami. A mysterious girl currently lodging in Shinobu, Wakamura, a local Kamishima magnate. Just become fish! Become fish, Scootler! Become fish! No drowning necessary. Blub, 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 blub. Roughly 3 months ago, Sato suddenly arrived on Kamishima, claiming that she was the child of a relative of Wakamura's. She showed no signs of attending school or doing any sort of work, instead spending her days holed up in the Wakamura household. Instead, leading many islanders to wonder who she is and what she's doing here. Those who know Wakamura's highest interest moneylending behind the scenes speculate that she might be a daughter of one of those borrowers sent to work as a domestic servant to pay off a debt. But Sato herself is extremely easygoing and doesn't seem to be bothered by endless rumors. A huge television fan, she spends much of her spare time glued to the set in which the Wakamura household, with her most recent obsession being soap operas and 2-hour thrillers. However, she isn't all that fond of period dramas. Same, honestly. She is good friends with Tsukasa Awao, who is close to her age, and two can often be seen enjoying themselves, wandering the island together. Are you two holding hands? You guys should hold hands too. Oh, I don't joke around with those. I'll be honest with you, I'm really just here to chill and game, so I don't pull any of those kinds of jokes. Like, sometimes the occasional yaoi jokes, but I'm just joshing. Yeah. Let's calm down, okay? It's not like that. We're having a perfectly normal conversation. Yeah, sure. Anyway. Hey, don't brush me off like that. You're getting pretty worked up, Azami. Don't act all innocent. You're the one who caused this mess, you know? Sorry to interrupt your fun, but I really did have something to say. Folks are worried about you haven't showed up to the association meeting, Azami. You should probably get going. Oh damn, that meeting, I totally slipped my mind. Sorry, Yuza, I gotta go for now, but I'll get in touch later. No problem. Thanks for coming even though you're busy. I guess we'll be on our way too then. Sorry, but we've got some important business of our own to handle. We won't be able to help out with whatever you're up to. Let's recall that. Unlocked past recollection. Chapter Sato Shiranami advice. So did you hear what we were talking about? Only the part where my name came up. I didn't want to be nosy though. I see. Well, thank you for coming all the way out here to get Azami. Are you a fellow Asian or American? Asian. I'm also Filipino. Filipino! I see. Well, thanks for coming all the way out here to get Azami. I don't know what you guys are up to, but you've piqued my interest. Be sure to tell me all about it later, okay? Anyway, see you later. Come on, Sato. Roger. Oh, one more thing. You better not forget about the day after tomorrow. Tell Azami he'd better remember too. Sure, I'll tell him later. Philippines. Okay. Oh. Oh. We're on our own thing. Is this just diving and finishing it? I guess that's what it means when it's done. I guess let's go... Let's go here and catch up. Advice. Sato Shiranami. Recollection. Having grown close to each other, Tsukasa tells Sato Shiranami that she has something important to discuss. What are we discussing? Sato, you got a sec? So, I was hoping to get a bit of advice. Thing is, you're the only one I can really talk to about this. Sure, what's up? One day, if we ever do, like, skits or something. Ooh, you're on the Yuza stuff? Or you're not on this? You're not on this one at all? I'm like bouncing around. I don't know where my brain can go. If you got a problem, leave it to me. Kamishima's living, walking, talking encyclopedia. No, not this one. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
He's chillin'. Thank you for passing by. That's an impressive title, Miss Encyclopedia. Though I think walking, talking kinda implies you're living already. Either way, hope you can help. See you around. You know that even if it kills me, I'll squeeze every last brain cell I've got to help you, Tsukasa. Right, but you're supposed to be a living encyclopedia, so please don't go dying on me. Thank you for being there for me, though. Come on. Let's go somewhere with no one else around, then.
Pardon me a moment, young ladies.
Yes. You mean us?
Yeah, sorry for the trouble, but I was hoping to get some directions.
Oh, are you sightseers? Welcome to Kamishima.
Oh, hello. I'm afraid it's not quite as relaxing as sightseeing. We're looking for the Wakamura residence. Would you happen to know where that is?
The Wakamura residence. May I ask who you are?
Oh, of course. Please pardon my manners. My name is Yumeko Shiki, a housewife from over in Tokyo. Housewife. They like the housewives.
Oh, a housewife.
And this here is Soto Kiryu. He's something like an assistant to me. My pleasure. Soto Kiryu. My pleasure. Housewife. Man that came alongside.
Oh, you must be guests for the old man.
The Wakamura home is just up the slope after you head through the alley.
It's a bit of a maze, though. Want me to show you?
So it was that way. Thank you, but I believe we can manage from here. Believe it or not, we've been running all around the region. We're quite used to the area now. Ooh, what the heck? The heck is that? Kill action chapter. Yumiko Shiki. Uta Migaura. Migaura investigation. You guys detectives?
Got it. Take care then.
Ma'am, is something the matter? You're looking at me. No, it's nothing. I'll tell you later. We'll be on our way then. Sorry for stopping you. Those two had a really strange vibe. The old man sure is getting unusual guests. Yeah. There was something about them. Do you think that's the kind of aura that sorcerers would give off? Nah, I know. I know what you're getting at. I've heard those rumors too. Everyone's saying the old man Wakamura has been super reliant on some shady sorcery lately. Ooh. Single most influential person in Kamishima. Although born to an ordinary fishing family on the island, he entered his 20s during a post-war economic boom, and through tireless work and juggling multiple side jobs, he managed to amass a small fortune over the years. He went on to invest his fortune into the development of Kamishima, not only upgrading his fishing equipment, but also improving the island's infrastructure. To entice businesses to set up shop on the island, efforts that have earned him the appreciation of people all over the island. He currently holds many key positions on the island, including serving as head of the Kamishima Fisheries Corporation Association, and it is said that his appointment as the next mayor of Kamishima is all but confirmed. Although admired for his many contributions to Kamishima development, his personality leaves much to be desired, with many stories of him using force to get things to go his way. He is often high-handed in his dealings with others, fully aware that his position make it difficult to oppose him. Having moved his main home and base of operations to the main land many years prior, there are abundant rumors that has been since added loan sharking and land grabbing to make a list of ways he's willing to add to his sizable fortune. It is said that he has recently become an ardent devotee of a certain famous sorcerer in Tokyo, and often relies on their guidance when making decisions. Oh, weird. They did say they're from Tokyo. Maybe they're really sorcerers. Whatever. Come on. Let's go. Yep. Oh, shoot. We're moving. Ooh. Music. Okay. This spot should work fine. Oh, man. Now that I'm actually about to talk about it, I'm getting super nervous. Oh? Are you guys confessing to each other, too? Tree. This little bay is quite hard to find, so hardly anyone ever comes here, including tourists. Which means it is a great place to talk in secret. The sounds of waves and cicadas surround us. It's your tropical summer, or your typical summer day. Any stickers? I ain't seeing no darn stickers. 360 degrees. I ain't seen nothing either. Tsukasa's asking me for some advice. Something must really be weighing on her. She's usually so quick to decide and act on anything. This is rare for her. Now that we're here talking, she suddenly looks like she can't get the words out. Maybe I should be the one to nudge and ask for my side. She actually looks like she's kind of embarrassed. I'm worried for her, but I have to say, she also kind of looks cute like this. Oh. No holding hands. Alrighty, you said you wanted some advice, so let's hear it. How can I help you, Miss Tsukasa? Well, I do want your advice, but I'm not really sure where to start. Wow, I guess this really isn't an easy topic for her. In that case, let me start her off with another topic to loosen her up. How about TV? Oh, Tsukasa, that reminds me. Did you catch the 2-hour suspense drama the other day? Ah, right. You said you're looking forward to it. I didn't see it. Ma was watching a period drama. Darn. That actor you like had a good part. He turned out to be the killer, though. No, I wish I would have watched it. You just kind of spoiled it, though. Wish we had a VCR like yours. You can record music shows and watch them over and over, right? That sounds amazing. Not many houses on the island have one, though. Yeah, I know. It's a bit of a luxury, but being able to record and keep TV programs is the best. You love TV way more than I do. It's great you can enjoy it whenever you like. You really can't get enough of your TV. You think I watch too much? How much did you watch this summer? Well, I guess I'm pretty much always watching whenever I'm home. Nice. You should thank old man Wakamura for letting you watch as much as you want. You're hardly ever allowed to watch TV at boarding school. Even at home, I'm always fighting over what to watch with Ma. Makes it damn hard for me to keep up with the conversation at school, you know? TV's just got too much influence on everyone. Can't blame him either. It's pretty different. It's pretty fun, sorry. Speaking of TV, I saw something on the news the morning news. Yeah, what happened? They said an Ama diver in the mainland went missing at sea. Ah, yeah, I saw that too. I hope they find her safe. Apparently, they're still searching, but it goes to show how dangerous things in an Ama diver is. Yeah, even I've had a couple of moments out there where that have been way too close. When the catch is right in front of you, it's easy to think you can go a little bit further, and then you end up pushing it just too far. Sounds scary. You should be careful out there. Now that I think about it, a little while back, there was a story about an old human bones found on the seabed near Toba. Whoa, I've never heard about that one. That really happened? Creepy. Maybe it was someone who went missing at sea. I just hope it wasn't like a curse or anything. Yeah, the sea can be pretty scary. The old Ama grannies always told us. We islanders live with the sea. Never forget how fearsome it can be. That's why the Ama divers wear charms and mind their proper rights, right? Yeah, gratitude, manners, and restraint towards the sea are never to be forgotten. That's the first thing they teach you when you start diving. You know, Sato, when you first arrived on the island, you really brightened up. Might be thanks to all the TV. Oh? Was I really that gloomy before? Yeah, up until a month ago. It felt like there was a little cloud hanging over you wherever you spoke. It was like you were kind of depressed all the time. Like, nothing in the world really mattered to you. Oof. So that's how I came off. Sorry for being such a downer. Yeah, you didn't crack jokes like you do now, either. But this is you. Way better. Having fun stuff really brought you to life. Makes sense. I'll try to keep up the positivity. I guess you'll be headed back to the mainland as soon as Obon holidays are over. Yeah, I head back to my boarding school in 3 days, so I've only got until the day after tomorrow to take it easy here. Right. Time sure flies by. I'm really gonna miss you. Me too. Only 2 days left, huh? 2 days. What am I gonna do? I guess whatever she wants advice on is time sensitive. So, the plans you were talking about for the day after tomorrow, I guess it's a get-together with the others before you head back? Yeah, that's right. Plans with Azami and Yuza. I couldn't give them much time this trip, so I figured they might be feeling a bit left out. Makes sense. You're pretty close friends. Totally. Even grown up. They still do the dumbest stuff. Just can't leave them behind. Or just can't leave them be. Maybe I should leave you all to enjoy without me then. No way! You're the lucky ones, you're lucky to have someone as cute as you along with me. Aww. Man, can't believe my summer break's already coming to an end. Yeah, it's kinda sad. Okay, I'm ready. I'll just say it.
Go ahead.
So the thing is, I think I like someone.
Alright. Go on.
We'll hardly get to see each other anymore soon. I want to tell him how I feel while I'm still on the island.
Makes sense. I'll help you however I can.
As Kamishiba's living encyclopedia, I've seen this all on TV before. I probably know a thing or two that can help you for sure. Yeah, you don't sound like all that competent, which kind of makes it a little more nervous, but I can tell you mean it, thanks. I just don't really know what to do. So, which of the two is the lucky guy? Huh? Who do you mean? Oh, no way. Don't tell me you think I like Azami or Yuza. Wait, you mean it's not one of them? Me falling for one of them? Not a chance. They're basically like brothers to me. I could never picture a romantic relationship with them. Phew. Oops, sorry. I just assumed. I call myself the living, walking, talking encyclopedia and brag that I've seen it all on TV, but I guess I don't really know anything. Sorry, it's so embarrassing. I'm going to go die now. Whoa! Don't sweat it. Really, no dying. But then, who is it? No point in dragging out, so I'll just tell you. It's Shotaro. Little frickin' slightly opaque Shotaro photo. Ah, Mr. Wakamura's son. I see, I see. He's sincere, smart, and pretty handsome. I can see why you like him. Right? He's back visiting on the island at the moment, but he usually goes to university in Tokyo. I've secretly admired him for ages, but I always thought he just saw me as a kid, so I figured he'd never be interested. But now I go to school on the mainland myself, and I've been working as an AMA diver. I keep saying AMA like it's supposed to be something. I think he might see me more as an adult now. More than before anyway. Yeah, that makes sense. So, you want to let him know how you're feeling while he's still on the island. Maybe it's all just one-sided on my end, but I can't keep these feelings bottled up. Then tell him, I'm with you. The only son of Shinobu Wakamura, a local Kamishima magnate. Due to his father's influence, he was pampered by those around him from an early age, but he grew up to be a pleasant and sincere young man. Despite his pension, he is well regarded by those who know him, being told that he has been blessed with a sharp intellect, good looks, and a variety of talents. He is currently attending university in Tokyo and is back on Kamishima for summer break. Though his father, Shinobu, wants Shotaro to inherit the influence and wealth he has spent much of his life building, Shotaro himself has no intention of doing so. On the contrary, he is skeptical of an old-fashioned, insular ways of the island society and has regarded his father as the very embodiment of what those outdated mores. Viewed him with utter disgust for his overbearing vulgar tendencies and superstitious beliefs. I want to tell Shotaro how I feel by the day after tomorrow. What do you think I should do? You're staying with the Wakamuras right now? You're staying with the Wakamuras right now, yeah? Know anything about him that might help? Oh, I'm afraid Miss Encyclopedia might not have that kind of info. You don't have that much info at all, do you?
I mean, he's honestly not home most of the time, so there's a lot I don't know about him. He feels like he's always got something to do, checking on folks all over the island. Like, I don't suppose you know if he has a girlfriend at Tokyo or anything. I'm afraid I'm not sure. Tokyo's packed with beautiful girls, right? A guy like him won't be left alone for long. Well, from what I've seen, I haven't noticed him keeping in touch with anyone. Then what about what he likes? Something he'd be happy to get. Let me think. Sorry, nothing coming to mind at all. I really may as well go and die somewhere.
Come on, don't say that.
Thinking it through with me is more than enough.
You've got to stop joking about dying like that.
Oh, Tsukasa, how about this? I'm pretty sure I can ask Shotaro to meet us somewhere. I'll organize that for now, and we can plan from there. How does that sound?
Oh, sounds good. Thanks so much, Sato. So, we kicked around the area the whole way back, but in the end, writing a love letter and handing it to him is the best call. That's the plan, yeah?
Yep, since way back when, the tried and true way was always been a love letter.
A classic method. I like it.
You're heading out to dive tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah, weather is looking good.
Alright, then I'll ask him to come by the bay a little afternoon.
Oh, a little afternoon.
That work for you?
Yeah, I just need to have the letter ready by tomorrow. Hey, can you look it over before I give it to him?
Of course, I'll fix it up even if it kills me.
Thanks, I'll write it even if it kills me too. Ah, I'm already so nervous. Hey, you two over there. Huh? Is that who I think it is? Dude, the popped collar is crazy. It is, it's Shotaro. Oh wow, speak of the devil. Hey, sorry to interrupt. Dude, he's got the G-Shock and the popped collar. This Scooby-Doo looking ass Fred ass character. Oh, he's totally glowing as usual.
Is something wrong?
Have you seen Azumi? He didn't show up at today's association meeting.
Oh, I see. I haven't seen him today.
Ah, I think I know where he is. I'll go get him. You do? I knew I could count on you, Tsukasa. I'll let you handle it then. Sure, no problem. She's freaking drooling. Oh man, he called me by my name. I'm so fired up right now. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's.
First off, let's find those two. Bet they're up at Kantekisho Ruins. Let's go, Sato.
Right behind you.
Boink. Oh my goodness. I feel like I just want to go through things simultaneously. Yeah, I do. Uramigura investigation. Yumiko Shiki. Yumiko Shiki and Soto Kiryu head to the coast of Fumigura after receiving a report about a strange corpse found there. Alright, warning, the spook is coming.
We're at the coast in Futami Town. Day. Miss Shiki, there you are. Sorry for calling you. All the way out here.
Not at all. Thank you for bringing the case to our attention. I hear you've got an unusual corpse on your hand.
Well, forensics aren't here yet. Hi, Crooked Gamer. Hello, Una. What's rocking? What we're doing right now is Paranormasight 2, and I'm chilling. I guess if you don't want spoilers and do want to play this game yourself, I do suggest you do so before spoilers happen. I am at, like, the very start of the game, at the first part of... If you've ever played Paranormasight 1, the early start of its stories. Just a forewarning, it is heavy reading. If you don't really like listening to yap or visual novels, it is just a lot of yapping. I enjoy it. It's really, really good. They're really good writing. But I do know a lot of people get kind of bored. I am yapping a lot.
Well, forensics,
Aren't here yet, so I honestly don't know whether it can
even be called a corpse or not. But I don't know that till, 'cause... stir if I don't want to... What? I don't know if it'll cause a stir if anyone catches sight of it, so right now we're just trying to keep the busybodies away. I'm sure glad it happened while you were still here, though what with you being from the Tokyo Metropolitan Police and all.
Oh, she's a cop. Prefectural detective. Masaru Ide.
Where is our cadaver then? Still in the water over there, where it was found. Feel free to go ahead and examine it.
Okay.
Over there? I see.
Oh. Oh, it's the mermaid corpse. It's got mermaid on it. Okay, let's look around.
Any... Oh, a sticker.
Ta-da! Number 2.
This is Soto Kiryu. He worked with me as my assistant for a long time now. Although he usually makes his living as a psychic detective, he's not officially with the police, but with my assignments being what they are, he has a special permission to accompany me on investigations.
Okay. Whoops, I'm sorry.
An independent psychic who makes his living as Japan's only psychic detective, Soto has no permanent residence, instead traveling throughout the country for training and resolving any metaphysical incidents he comes across. Something which... Ooh, the music. Something which eventually led to him gaining his current moniker with the industry, although he has a calm and taciturn personality and is possessed of a sharp mind. He is surprisingly sensitive by nature. However, this trait does not extend to mercy towards spirits and other phenomena, which he often ends up subduing by force. Primary spiritual abilities. Curses. The ability to use particular curses to inflict harm or otherwise negative effects on others. Effects range from forcibly binding a target in place to deal fatal wounds. The stronger of the curse effects and the greater the burden on the user. Shagan. The ability to see the face of a deceased individual from their remains, allowing for a recreation of their features via portrait sketch. Only a small piece of deceased remains is necessary to use this ability. However, enough of the thoughts of desires of the dead individual must remain for it to be effective. Oh.
So they need to be remembered. The Feast of Shadows. The ability to create a domain in which the potency and range of certain types of spiritual abilities are increased, only effective at night. Soto himself is able to create a domain up to 1 kilometer in range. Oh, he can create a Feast of Shadows! Oh, similar to Yoko. Soto's family runs a small shrine dedicated to a certain Onmyoji from the Sengoku period. This Onmyoji is said to be an ancestor of the Kiryu family, which may explain why their bloodline has produced many individuals with a strong spirit sense over the years. Soto was born with an exceptional potent spirit sense, even within his lineage, leading to his physical abilities catching the attention of legendary psychic Itensai Shiki. When he was 8 years old, Itensai subsequently took him under his wing as his protege, and Soto underwent rigorous training under his watchful eye. Even now, as he is always quick to respond when summoned by his mentor's wife, Yumeko Shiki, and often supports her during her work. He also has a keen interest in swords and is extremely knowledgeable about blades from all countries and eras. Oh, okay, so he has a old steel, he's got this tism in him. He's got a swords tism. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab a charger. I'm grabbing charger. Oops. Okay, we are back with the charger. Okay. He has his gaze fixed on the corpse ever since we got here. I suppose he's curious to know what led to this current state. This is Futamigura, the coastline of the northeast of Ise City. It is a pretty popular location for tourists, and there are several beaches nearby as well. So a bunch of people are milling around. It certainly is an impressive sight. It is too bad we couldn't come here as a simple tourist.
Gaura. Futami Gaura is the name of the stretch of the coastline along Futami Town, so named during the events of the story. It has since been merged with Ise City in the Watarai district of Mie Prefecture as part of the Ise-shima National Park. It has been designated as a place of scenic beauty and considered one of the most scenic spots in Japan. The name Futami Gaura is, my goodness, sometimes many a me hard pronunciation, is said to originate from a visit to the area by Yamamoto Hime no Mikoto. According to legend, the area's beauty caused her to turn and look back upon, leading to Futami, look twice, becoming part of its name. Ise City. Where does it add more to it? Ise City, located in the central northern area of Shima Peninsula. The northern part of the city is on a plain directly facing Ise Bay, while the southern part is more mountainous land surrounded by hills. Having long flourished as a town leading up to the Torii Gate of Ise Shrine, it stands out as a particularly popular tourist destination, even among many attractions in the Ise-shima area. The city is sometimes referred to as Shinto, meaning the city of the gods. Although best known for Ise Shrine, many other temples and shrines can also be found within the city. The land overlooking the Ise Bay is blessed with the abundance of beautiful scenery, including Mount Asama, which is included on a list of 100 famous Japanese scenic spots during the Showa era. And those are just my birds. This is Masaru Ide, a detective from the local police. He is acting as my point of contact while I'm over here, as well as providing any support I need. I don't doubt it's quite a troublesome assignment. There are a lot of things that need to be kept secret, for one, but he's been very good at not prying into particulars while doing what needs to be done, occasionally grumbling notwithstanding. Given that this case has ended up involving though, those particulars may not end up remaining undisclosed for much longer. Detective, an assistant inspector of the 1st Investigative Division of Criminal Investigation Department of the Mie Prefecture Police. He often finds himself saddled with whatever troublesome tasks come the department's way. Something he makes sure to grumble about each time, but is a proficient detective in his own right, being diligent in his duties and having passed his promotion exam without difficulty. Although even often said to have a somewhat unreadable expression, he is quite sociable and makes a point to attend all the department drinking parties. Born and raised in Mie, Masaru never ventured beyond bicycle commuting distances of his hometown, Sioux City, until the time came for him to attend university. With no particular plans for his future in mind, he took the employment exam for police officers, figuring that a local government job would at least be stable. He had no admiration for the police or any strong sense of duty or justice, but found the strict discipline of the police force suited his personality. He quietly married a fellow classmate from the police academy soon after graduating, and at home he takes on a role of a doting father of 2 sons and a daughter. Holy, what a big family. If pressed to discuss his hobbies, they would include walking, combination puzzles,
Strangely enough, he often happens to be walking nearby whenever incidents occur, leading him being first on the scene, even when off duty. Something his colleagues frequently tease him about. Oh, he gets put on the case because he doesn't have obligations, but he's a cop, so he has obligations? Kind of funny. At first glance, he seems to be the sort to find hard work troublesome, but he's proven himself to be quite the thoughtful individual. If the attitude of his is a deliberate ploy to get those he's dealing with to lower their guard, he's certainly not one to be underestimated. Vision ability? The hecky? The sun. Weird.
We originally came to Mietown in Tokyo to investigate another case, but so many other incidents occurring, I can't help but get the sinking feeling something troublesome is about to happen. Detective Ide has been a huge help to us so far. We might be able to reveal some of our circumstances with him. First things first, let's start by taking a good look at the corpse. But I want to talk to him first. Do we know what the situation was when the corpse was found?
I just got here as well, so I'm not clear on the details myself. But from the sound of it, a local civilian happened across it about an hour ago as or a person passing by. They got us on the scene immediately, so no one else should have seen it.
That's a relief. We don't want people working themselves to a frenzy over this. Where is that local now?
We've got someone taking their statement in a nearby police box. I'll let you know when we get more info there.
Please do.
Weren't you going to examine the body?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to you now.
Is there anything that stands out to you so far, Soto? I'd like to get a better grasp of the detail before saying anything, I think.
Okay. Well, let's go look at the corpse.
I see, so this is the corpse in question, is it? Unusual. It's certainly one for it.
It's dried up now, almost like it's been mummified. But from that, it's pretty safe to say it's a mermaid, right?
Let's take a closer look at it.
It's a mermaid corpse.
The lower body is identical to that of a fish's tail. If it was a fish, it'd be a pretty huge one.
It would seem the fish half of the body begins from the shoulders and downward. All mermaids I've ever heard have had half start from the waist down.
If it's a fake, maybe whoever made it didn't do their research.
Really, several of the mermaids described in old Japanese legend had their face as the only human part, though.
Seriously? Guess that makes me the one who didn't do their research then. If this really is a corpse, I wonder when they died. I doubt their body would have ended up this, desiccated if it had been in the sea this whole time. You think there's a possibility they died shriveled up into a mummy-like state, then their body fell into the sea and got washed up here?
It makes
for quite the enigma, that's for sure. There's no sign of external wounds. I can see anything that would have caused their death, at least. As you can see, there's no doubt that that's a human head. That's the main reason we went ahead with treating it as a corpse. That makes sense. I can't imagine anyone would have seen a creature like this, after all. If it really is a mermaid, wouldn't this be a pretty huge discovery? It's not the sort of thing we'll be able to make public, that's for sure. I don't suppose we have any other way of confirming their identity? Their identity. Given the state of the body, it'd probably be difficult to confirm based on facial features, but we have a chance using dental records. Though, that would depend on if they've ever had a dental exam. I see. That makes sense. Honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards it being a fake of some kind. What do you think? This is true that many of the mermaid mummies discovered were ultimately found to have been man-made in origin. Yeah, there's the man-made mummy. Yeah, I know that mummy. Relics believed to be either embalmed or mummified remains of a mermaid are preserved in temples throughout Japan. Among them, several are said to be to bestow blessings such as eternal youth and longevity, or sound health, and are treated as subjects of worship. In the 1970s, some garner so much attention after being featured on TV that people travel en masse to see them, prompting some temples and shrines to discontinue the public viewage. Mermaid mummies have also been documented in other countries. In the 1800s, the exhibition of mermaid mummies as exotic curios became a widespread phenomenon across Europe and the United States. Although these mummies were originally believed to be genuine, subsequent analysis revealed fibers from the materials such as wood, paper, and other composition exposing them to being man-made in origin. The quality of some mermaid mummies crafted in Japan during the Edo period was particularly high, with several being widely circulated, especially in Europe. However, the revelation that many of these mermaids were man-made does not disprove the existence of mermaids, and debate on the topic continues even today. Mummies! You won't find me complaining if it is. No need to investigate a fake corpse after all. Maybe that's being too optimistic though. Well, we'll just have to see about that, won't we? Then I first saw this expression, I thought they must have died in unbelievable agony. But at the same time, I can't help but feel like they almost look satisfied. Could just be my imagination, though. Satisfied. Can you see their face? Anything around here? Oh no, just the sticker. Okay, do I need to talk to you? If we really do have a mermaid on our hands, do you think all those stories about becoming immortal from eating mermaid flesh are true? Oh, so you're curious about that too, detective? Well, I don't know if I'd actually want to eat it, though. Living forever doesn't sound necessarily mean you'll be happy, you know. Besides, I can't say I find the thought of eating meat from that thing is that appealing. I see. I suppose that is a natural response. But there are plenty of people who would be interested in getting their hands on this corpse for that exact reason. I can see that. We might even have people fighting over it for if it gets out. All the more reason to try keeping it hidden. Yeah, can we scoop it out of the water, though?
sure is a troublesome thing we've got on our hands here. Okay, can you look at the face? Well, I think we have a decent grasp of the situation. What's your opinion, Soto? First of all, based on the state of the corpse, I think it's safe to say this is another case of the curse of the forsaken fish. Some of the residual curse energy is still lingering around the body. Just as expected, then I suppose that's no surprise. Huh? What was that just now? We'll try to explain our understanding of the case so far, Detective. I realize some of it might sound a bit absurd, but please bear with us. This corpse is neither a fake nor could it be a mermaid. It is the remains of a human, one transformed into a fish as a result of a curse. What? A former human? And a curse too? It's pretty hard to know what to say to that. One thing for sure is that it's not going to fly in the case to report by itself. Mind explaining a bit more for me? Of course. Let's start with the explanation of our circumstances then. I'll let you handle the explanation, ma'am. Of course, leave it to me. In return, I'll be counting on you to handle the report. Ah, confound it. First, I suppose I should start with a brief explanation of the department I work for. Wait, aren't you part of some secret department in the security division over in Tokyo? Are you sure you should be telling me something like that? I'm not going to get caught up in any troublesome business if I do, am I? No need to worry. I doubt it will come to that, probably. Our work is mostly keeping a secret because it's something of a pain to find people who will accept, let alone understand the circumstance each time. But you've been very supportive so far, so I can't imagine that will be a problem. Oops. Let me skip myself over. Well, if you really insist, go ahead, I guess. As you say, my department is indeed part of the security division. Its proper name is the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. Ah, full-on bureau paper. Although officially called Tokyo Metropolitan Police, the department's security division's Paranormal Affair Bureau is more commonly referred to simply as Paranormal Affairs. Only a handful of people know of its existence, even with the police force. As the name suggests, it is a specialized this unit specializes in the investigation and resolution of cases involving paranormal phenomena. Since the existence of such happenings is not public knowledge, nor is it readily believed by the general population, the Bureau's activities are conducted in the utmost secrecy, as there are currently only 5 members in the unit, including the chief. They utilize a network of psychic contact across the country to assist with their cases. The current chief of paranormal affairs is a man named Kuiru Nakagoshi. Although said to have been born to a family of psychics who have been involved in keeping the world safe from paranormal phenomena for generations, Kuiru is an elusive figure. Very few have met him in person, and he is rarely seen in the office. However, some theorize that it is in fact because Kuiru is not actually a flesh and blood human, with some going as far as to question whether he really exists. His seat in his office is usually occupied by his familiar, and Nue, a legendary creature found in Japanese folklore. The Nue resembles an ordinary white thrush and acts as Kuiru's messenger, leading to bizarre scenes of police officers earnestly reporting their findings to a bird. The term Nakagoshi case serves as code name used to refer to a case under investigation by Paranormal Affairs. Geez, a Paranormal Affairs Bureau, huh? Though, if there really are cases of spiritual phenomena causing harm around the place, I guess it's not that hard to believe there'd be some sort of organization to deal with him. Precisely. Thanks for the pats. I'm glad you're so quick on the uptake. Well? After seeing the corpse over there, there's not much else I can do but believe it, you know? Does that mean you have spirit sense or some sort of psychic powers? Not to any notable degree. I'm afraid, as I mentioned, I'm primarily a housewife. If you ask me, I would rather sort this all out and get back home to my husband as soon as possible. Right. Sodu here was my husband's protege when he used to work as a psychic, though he helps me out on any work I'm assigned to. I'm responsible for handling any spiritual work that comes up. Yes. Spiritual work, huh? Hearing you say it like that, it's just another job, really makes me feel like we're talking about another industry entirely. But if you really are a housewife, Miss Shiki, why are you working for a special unit like that? I know it's none of my business, but if your husband is a psychic, wouldn't all this be more of his line of work? True, personally, I'd rather our roles were reversed, but there are several reasons why that unfortunately can't be the case. I see. I don't really know your circumstance, but it sounds pretty tough. Either way, I should be good to put this down as paranormal affairs case, right? That should be fine, yes. You can leave the rest of the investigation to us. Well, we'll also handle the report. More specifically, Soto will.
His face. I don't want to do the freaking paperwork.
Really? Thanks. That's a great help. Not again.
Bouncer housewife for a position the full-time employee of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, a secret department within the Tokyo Metropolitan Police. Although the very image of a refined lady in appearance, she is surprisingly free-spirited. She has a surprisingly free-spirited personality and tends to find anything she has no interest in too bothersome to take seriously. Things that do catch her attention, on the other hand, often command all of it, and she will actively involve herself in looking into them. She utterly adores her husband, swooning in admiration wherever the topic turns to him, and she is also viewed with affection by her coworker, who call her ma'am. Out of the 5 current full-time members of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, Yumiko alone lacks any particular metaphysical abilities despite possessing a meager degree in spirit sense. Even so, she was chosen to be part of the Bureau elite unit for a particular reason. Known only as a handful of people close to her, there was once one other member of the Bureau who had no paranormal powers to speak of, veteran police detective Tetsuo Tatsumi, and the two occasionally worked on investigations together. When dispatched on assignments now, she always pairs with the freelance psychic detective Soto Kiryu, leaving all paranormal-related procedures and often her much despised paperwork to him. Yumiko's husband is also a psychic by the name of Itensai Shiki, and Soto is his cherished protege. I see. Psychics and spirit sense. The various abnormal occurrences attributed to the spirits of the dead are collectively referred to as spiritual phenomenon. These can change from small peculiarities such as being able to see things that shouldn't be there, hearing strange sounds, or feeling a sudden unnatural chill to a large scale, phenomenon powerful enough to defy the law of physics, potentially even trigger natural disasters. Harmful spiritual phenomenon that cause unwanted effects by interfering with the nature or tampering with the human body or mind are called curses. Curses can themselves be divided into two categories: those that occur naturally, often arising from negative emotions such as deep resentment from the dead, and those that are intentionally created by some with spiritual abilities using an existing spirit or grudge. However, treating a curse is quite difficult, and there is a risk of the curse rebounding and causing harm to the creator instead of more powerful curses. The more stringent the conditions that are required to use it, the ability to sense the energy of spiritual phenomenon, is also known as spirit sense. The strength of this ability varies from person to person. While it can be increased to a certain extent through training, it ultimately comes down to the individual's innate talent. According to those who have spirit sense, is similar to a small smell. The lingering spiritual energy in the area can be detected by what feels like specialized sense organs. Conveying information such as the relative strength of the phenomenon and whether it is benevolent or malevolent in nature, those with the particular potent spirit sense are also able to glean specific details from the energy and even track it down to identify its origin. However, as supernatural energy is unaffected by air movement, it is also not possible to use wind to drive it away. The ability to see spiritual phenomenon is considered a psychic ability. Further described below, spiritual phenomenon occurs regardless of one's ability to persevere them. So many people that lack spirit sense are affected by such phenomenon without awareness of the curse, as spirit sense is impossible to quantify. Comparing its strength between individuals is difficult. However, as tolerance is forcible, exposure to spiritual phenomenon is comparable to a tolerance to alcohol. There are those who use this comparison when explaining it to others. Yeah, so spirits. Psychic ability is the special power to interact with or influence spirits. It covers a wide range of abilities, from simply being able to see spirits to being able to directly control or exercise them. It also includes the ability to intentionally induce spiritual phenomenon in order to use specific skills such as peering into the future, capturing images with psychic photograph, or searching for objects using dowsing. Individuals who possess such abilities are known as psychics. People who possess spirit sense but lack psychic ability are particularly susceptible to the influence of spiritual phenomena, whether they are aware of it or not, and as such fall victim to supernatural disasters or disturbances. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we still have to talk to him about this stuff. Talk about the department. So, does that mean that you came all this way to me, eh? Because you knew something like this was going to happen? Oh, that's awfully perceptive of you, detective. I suppose you could say that, yes. At the very least, this superstition hasn't come as a huge surprise. As if that's the case... was that body from the other day one of those cases then too? Different body. Smile. Unidentified skeletons.
It was indeed, yes. Seriously? That sounds like a pain to deal with. I bet our chief knew all about this when he assigned me to the case. Hold on. Drink some water. If it lessens the burden, you've been a great help thus far, Detective. You know, I sometimes find myself wondering if I have the ability to, a bit of spirit sense as well. There have been times I've caught sight of strange things when walking down the road at night. And when I looked into it later, I found out that the place I'd been walking by had been a site of an accident or like... Oh, that might be a real deal then. It's definitely a possibility. I would advise not going too close to anything you see of that nature. It becomes easier for them to target you if they realize you're aware of them, you see. Jeez, what would have happened then? I guess I'd end up possessed or something. There is that danger, yes. In the event you are possessed, you may find yourself afflicted by headaches, muscle stiffness, hallucinations, memory problems, and impaired thinking are also not unheard of. Ugh, headaches, muscle stiffness definitely rings a bell. I sure hope it isn't the work of something... Excuse me, isn't the work of some spirit. Do people have their personalities taken over when they're possessed too? It may be possible, with spirits who had a very close relationship with their target, such as if they were siblings or a parent and child. But you almost never hear about people being taken completely over. The negative effects I just mentioned are primarily caused by the two parties not being in sync. That's good to know, I think. Even if a spirit were to be successful in possessing someone, it would only be able to pressure them to behave in a way that wouldn't be unusual for an individual in question. I see. In that case, there's no way of knowing whether you're behaving the way you own or will, or of your own will or not, right? Exactly. Hence the prevalence of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Huh. So that's how things work here. As far as I know, I haven't been having any problems like that, so I think I should be fine. Having spirits in seems like it's more trouble than it's worth somehow. Still, I never would have thought that there's a curse out there that can turn people into fish. And it only half worked, so the victim ended up looking like a mermaid. That's bound to cause a misunderstanding. The curse is originally meant to turn a person's whole body into that fish, you see. But the victim died before the transformation was completed, so it stopped before it could reach that point. The vast majority of the mermaids discovered over the years are either man-made fakes or victims of the same curse. I see. To be honest, part of me was kind of excited when I first saw what it looked like. I thought that it might mean that there really are mermaids out there. You know, exactly like the ones you hear about in stories. I'm afraid we can neither confirm nor deny things there. They're barking. Oh, I get why you were asking about the corpse's identity now. It's because you realize they used to be human, right? That's right. Very recently, too, the transformation likely happened yesterday or even earlier today. What? That recently? Someone could say they ended up in a state like this after just a day? They certainly could. Seriously? These curses sure are scary. I'll get forensics to take a look when they get here then. Please do. The investigator in question was
has worked on Paranormal Affairs case before, so they shouldn't need any explanation. Ah, right, the case from yesterday. Great. That should save us some effort then. Cursed one day, mummified corpse the next. Sure is a scary world we live in. I don't mind occult stuff, so I've been asking all these questions out of curiosity. But it's probably best I don't get too involved in all the paranormal business, right? You must have the good reason for keeping it under wraps after all. I think that would be wise, yes. Ma'am? What is it? Perhaps I should use my Shagan ability and see if it produces any results. Ah, that's an excellent idea. I almost forgot we had such a handy trick up our sleeves. Shagan, what does that do? Patience, detective. You'll see soon enough. Right. What are we seeing? There, it's done. Oh, so it went well, did it? Well done, Soto. Oh, what's all this about, then? Soto can see the face of the deceased from a piece of their remains, however small. He can then sketch a figure based on what he saw. Ah, so that's how you got a sketch of the victim in the other case. An ability like that would be priceless if we could use it on the Force, you know? Well, I hear it doesn't always work, so it's unfortunately not foolproof. So, what did our victim look like? Ooh, is that his mom? Is that his mom? Sorry about that. I think it might be faster to see yourself. It's his mom. His face. It's Somikawa. Wait, Somikawa? You can't mean... It's his mama. Oh my god. Flashback. It's his mum. Let's see if we can wrap up this one. Go back immediately. You got it. Kamishima Port. Here we come. Oh. We're going home. Oh, okay. Hey, Yuza, I took your catch to the market while you were changing. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. It was a great haul. You wouldn't think it was your first dive. You made a pretty hefty sum from it all. If you keep this up, it won't be long before you can own your own boat. Whoa, I made that much? Chie. There you are, Azami. Don't tell me you went out fishing today. Oh, Chie. How's your back doing? Not going to get any better lounging around at home, that's for sure. More importantly, no one's meant to be taking their boats out right now because of the storm that's on the way. Don't tell me you didn't hear. Yeah, but it was more of a warning than a rule, and the weather looked fine, so I figured it was okay. You should know better than that, Azami. You youngins never listen, do you? Grandmama. The de facto leader of the Ama divers on Kamishima,
She is a highly influential figure on the island. She married into a family on Kamishima shortly after the end of the World War. At the age of 20, and has been working as an ama diver for close to 40 years, rarely missing the opening day of each dive season. She has displayed a natural talent for diving ever since her days as an apprentice, coming to be known as Chie the Mermaid for the deft ease on which she moves through the water. In her heyday, she earned more money than her husband, enough to send all 3 of her sons to university, an achievement that she takes great pride in, and also earned her considerable authority in her household. Now, a grandmother to 7, a back injury has led to her being less active than she used to be, but she's still considered one of the most experienced divers on the island. Her graceful swimming shows no signs of decline, continuing to inspire others even now. Her estimated diver rank is 67. Ooh, crazy. And going out with the Minakuchi boy, of all people. Actually, Azami only took out his boat because I asked him to help me with my work. What? Wait a dang second, don't tell me you went out to dive. I did. I was thinking I could follow in Grant's footsteps and become an ama diver. Absolutely not. I won't allow it. What? Why? Yuz is a member of the association. Same as everyone else. As long as he follows the rules, it should be fine, right? Sure, it's rare for guys to become ama divers, but it's not like it's forbidden or anything. That ain't what I'm talking about. I ain't saying he should be allowed in the sea. It's obscene, is what it is. Everyone agreed to put up with him being on the island for Sue's sake. But now he's getting in his head to go diving of all things. Have you no sense, boy? Ugh, icky old person. Seems like I'll have to have a few words with Suyu. You not knowing your place is gonna cause trouble, everyone trouble. Listen up, Minakuchi boy. You better keep your head down and stay put on dry land where you belong. No more diving, you hear? Nay now, you don't have to think that, that's doing a bit... You don't think that's going a bit far. There's no need to lay it into Yuza like that. Azami. What? You really don't think anything of this after what his mother did? Nope, not at all. Yuza hasn't done a thing wrong. He was a victim of the disaster too, maybe more than anyone else. Recently, there's been this strange rumbling coming from the sea. The same rumbling 5 years ago. Everyone's scared of what might be coming. They're bracing themselves for another big disaster. Oh, is that what you meant by the storm? The weather forecast said things are going to stay calm for a bit, though. To hell with the weather forecast. It didn't save us 5 years ago. Anyhow, you see what we've gotten to stay in this god of the sea good graces, no doing anything to upset them, got it? Meh, stinky. Don't let them get you down, Yuza. She isn't a bad person at heart, but the old folks here are pretty firm on their beliefs, I guess. Yeah, it's only natural. I was kind of expecting it, to be honest. Still, I didn't think she'd get that mad. Guess they have a bigger chip on their shoulder about all this, than I thought. It seems like they really think your mom was to blame for the disaster. Yeah. I guess wanting to get to the bottom of things there was one of the reasons for becoming an ama diver. Yeah, everyone's been avoiding the topic until now, but that can't go on forever. Hey, you two. Tsukikuo.
Ikuko. Yeah, you two over there. Can I get some help with these boxes here? I need to get them to the warehouse. A woman born and raised in Kamishima, unmarried, she is known for her friendly, sociable nature and almost sisterly tendencies. To look after others, both of which make her a familiar face to many on the island. Ever since her school days, Kikuko harbored a strong desire to leave Kamishima and make a life for herself elsewhere. While most of her classmates began working as ama divers, following graduation from middle school, she decided to enroll in a boarding school at first step towards fulfilling this goal, going into graduate from a junior in college in Aichi Prefecture, and then finding a job in general administration in a administration company at a company in Ise City. However, because her assigned work consisted only of fulfilling menial tasks like pouring tea and answering calls, she left after only 1 year later. She changed jobs repeatedly over the following years, but found no further luck in subsequent workplaces, eventually recognizing that success as an ama diver is determined solely by the extent of one's physical prowess and ingenuity. She came to find the idea of such work appealing, and moved back to Kamishima 4 years ago. Despite her late start as an ama diver compared to her peers, she leveraged her high athletic ability, a talent which even saw her star in the national athletic meet during her school days, and her innate knack for analytical thinking and research to consistently turn out good results, and she has since earned the respect of even the veteran ama divers of the island. Her estimated diver rank is 41. Kikuko has had sank luck with men, having been introduced to several potential partners only to be turned down by all of them. Her parents, anxious for her future, worry that the large birthmark on her face is to blame, but Kikuko herself remains unfazed, citing that her lack of interest in marriage as primary cause. Some things which has caused them no end of concern, although she endeavored to hide her birthmark with makeup while at school and during her time at the office work. She has since embraced it and proudly proclaimed it as her symbol. Not even that bad. People are so stinky. Well, that's the time frame, I guess. Whew, thanks. I knew I could rely on you youngins to help me out. Youngins? You're a youngin too, Kikuko. Aw, how kind. Pretty sure the ones who'd say that, though. I was told of nowhere to make sure anything valuable was stowed away just in case a storm hits. What a pain. So, you're getting ready for the storm too? Yeah, perfectly silly when the weather's good, huh? It's not like I can say no, though. I am perfect. Speaking of pains, I overheard Chie giving you an earful just now. Are you seriously planning on becoming an ama diver, Yuza? Well, that was the plan, but it looks like I might be forcing into retirement before I even begin. Why now? Didn't you come back here to look after Tsuyu? Yes, but I still have work. I still have to work, and I've always been interested in ama diving. Gran was also pretty down about no longer being able to dive, so I thought it might cheer her up a bit. Ah, so you want to follow in Tsuyu's footsteps. Still, you must have noticed that everyone was on edge just at the thought of you coming back here. If they hear you went diving, there'll likely be a bit of an uproar. Thanks for the pat, Izuku. Welcome, welcome. And welcome again, Imperfect. Thank you for checking in. Are Are they really that set against Yuza going in the sea? I've never heard anyone say anything like that. Well, they don't say it when you can hear it. Everyone loves you here, and they know you were close with Yuza. They probably feel like they can't be that tough on him with you around. What was that? Oh, never mind. Forget I said anything. Hi. I can't deny there's this creepy rumbling coming from the sea recently, though it's no wonder everyone's unnerved. If some sort of disaster does end up happening again and Yuza gets caught doing something he wasn't meant to do, that'll probably be it for him. Yeah, that's what I don't get. Do people seriously believe Yuza's mom caused that storm? Everyone suffered because of it, including Yuza's family. It's so stupid. Hey, honestly, I think it's stupid too. But the truth is, there are a bunch of people who believe it, so making a fuss about it isn't going to get you anywhere, right? Besides, even if this storm doesn't come in the end, a different kind of storm may already be brewing. A different kind of storm? Well, you see, you shouldn't have any trouble if you keep your head down. Just be good and do what you're told, and no one will get in your case, yeah? Give me a break. Why does he gotta keep his head down here? He was born and raised on Kamishima, just like everyone else. Hey, getting mad at me won't change anything. If it upsets you that much, why don't you leave? Leaving a place like this behind might be for the best, don't you think? Maybe, but I can't just ask my gran to move somewhere else at her age. Then you'll just have to put up with it. If you want to blame anyone, blame your mom. Did his mom even do anything 5 years ago? No one wants to tell us anything. No idea. I only came back here after the disaster, so I don't know what happened at the time. Mr. Wakamura says, always seems like he knows more than what he lets on, though. Now that I think about it, why don't you just ask Tsu what she knows? Tsu? I've already asked Gran about it countless times. She said she doesn't know anything. And you don't know, and you don't think that's a bit suspicious? If anyone knows something, it'd be her, right? You might be right. She's pretty hard to read. I wouldn't be able to tell if she was hiding something anyway. Anyway, I do feel bad for you, but you've gotta go grin and bear it. For everyone's sake, eh? Thanks for help. You two, try to stay out of trouble, okay? Yuza gives off such generic MC/MC boyfriend energy. I think they should kiss. Just saying. Cause like every time I look at him, he just looks so unusually like, and this whole mermaid thing, I feel like these two be kissing. An unusual pretty mermaid look. And we found out that the weird dead mermaid thing is his mom. Like, look at them standing together. I want them to kiss. Like, he's very, very protective of him being, like, bullied and ridiculed. Azami is very protective of, Yuza being bullied. And Yuza just kind of wants to get answers on, like, what happened to his mom. Yukiko really seemed like she didn't know anything, huh? But folks are way more on edge than I thought. Yeah, I've gotten the same sense. I've gotten the sense, and I'm not exactly welcome here ever since I came back. But I didn't think trying to make a living here would lead to so much backlash. I didn't realize everyone disliked my mom quite that much, or that they were so suspicious of her.
seems like the timing wasn't great either. Everyone wound up about these ill omens that are happening right now. Still, I'm sure now that my mom must have had some sort of secret, and I'm almost certain it had to do with what they're looking into. If everyone hears that I went diving today, it might prompt people to start talking about what happened 5 years ago. True. If there's any time to ask about your mom, it's now. I think we should see what Old Man Wakamura and Tsuyu have to say about all this, too. Yeah, assuming Gran agrees to talk about it anyways. Alright, that has been wrapped up. Ooh, what? Why is that so much longer now? There's so much in-between time. But here we find out that this mermaid is his mom. And here he has speculation that his mom is a mermaid. But apparently curse bearers are here. Someone's a curse bearer that half turned his mom into a fish. And now I'm kind of wondering... someone must have just murdered his mom in general. Oh, interesting, interesting. Very interesting stuff. But I will not go any further tonight. I know I started a little late, but going into it will probably lead into another 30-minute session. Maybe I'll do a little bit of fishing. Do a little bit of diving before the end. You know, I'm allowed to do a little fishing. Go in. You know. It's like Subnautica, you know? Yeah, do a little bit of grinding. Not much, honestly. I do wonder how far out in the ocean we can go. Like, not much. Lobster! It's mine! The lobster is mine! Yeah! Yep. Did you imagine taking a grocery store lobster home as a pet? No, because, like, it makes me think of, like goldfish, you know, from the amusement parks. And I feel like it would just die instead of me eating it. Oh. Something is caught on my foot to break free. That's kind of scary. A freaking mermaid grabbed my toes, dude. I would have drowned. Okay. Turn to the story chart. A little bit of fishing. And we uncovered a lot of stuff.
Though I don't know if that really made a dent, but we will see. I go, ooh, maybe we're almost done. And I go, no, I'm not done. But, where is it? This one. Yay! New music's good. Art's really cool. I want them to kiss. I want the Yuri to happen too on the other end, but she kind of likes this freaking dude and I don't really care about him. He kind of stinks. Like, what's her name? I want Sato and Tsukasa to kiss, but Tsukasa unfortunately has a thing for Shotaro, and Shotaro's just a loser. Honestly, he stinks. I don't care. Him and his popped polo. I want Tsukasa and I want Sato to hold hands. I want them to be the Yuri that I need. And then I am very much my ship chart. They're coming in pairs. So I'm so kind of into them being together, you know? Anyhow, I'm gonna call it a night. I will go ahead and just say night tonight. I'm kinda tired, so. Yes, we need Yuri! Don't they look cute together? Don't Sato and Tsukasa look so cute? And I do love how, everyone on this island does have kind of like a tan. Like there are a variety of like tanned folks on this, because it's really making me very nostalgic of like the Philippines and Guam and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, Pacific Islanders and like fishing and like all this ocean water stuff. It's making me super nostalgic. I love that there's a lot of tanned folks that live on this island. It's so cool. She's a birthmark and people are saying that it's making her being unmarriageable, and I go, boo! Her birthmark looks so cool! She's super awesome! She looks so cool. Love her. Anyhow, yeah. Very cool character. Sprint into the ocean and start eating everything you can grab. Oh, boo. She's so sick with the birthmark. Yeah, her birthmark is so sick! It's like a... I don't know, it just looks so cool on her. They're like, yeah, they're just saying that, you know, because she's 28 and unmarried, her parents are like, oh, it's her birthmark that's making her unmarriageable. Boo! Boo, boo, boo. Stinky. I love her. She's beautiful and she's so cool. But yeah, that's all for me tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. I think I have something going on with Star. Other than that, I'm gonna go and say night-night. Well, you guys. Love you guys. Night-night.